quick handball to Hocking, back to Lovett Murray, he goes short, it's a mark to Zaharakis has kicked a goal, the Bombers are in front of the G.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse, Skiddy, and Herbie.
G'day and welcome to the Inside AFL Show. I am your host, the Supercoach Big Horse, and with me, as always, the man with the ale, Skiddy. How are you, mate?
Yes, sir, Big Horse. Yes, I am. I'm going very, very well, mate. You might notice a little bit more clean shaven. Got some commitments coming up. Got to look nice and pretty. Been a while since I've had to looking all pretty and stuff. So want to be a bit like you know what I mean, Horsey? A bit more respectable, you know what I mean? So how you doing, big fella?
Yeah, good, mate. Just, another solid week of work. Back into it in the morning. But, geez, how good does that moustache look? I'll tell you what. Let's see how many comments we get tonight for moustache rides. I'm going unders, overs. I'm going 10.
Yeah, I'm giving them out. That's all right. You know what I mean? Only fans.
Charlie Cameron, just hold on.
Yeah, just bit of country roads. Take me home.
Country roads, yeah. Today, we do review round 9 as well as take. Want to miss our trade-in targets this week, who to fade, the injuries, and all things Supercoach. Yes, if you haven't yet, please hit like, subscribe, and the bell down below. Be a triple banger. We love that shit. But also, our 5-star review. If you haven't yet, please jump on Apple Podcasts. You want multiple entries? Go to all 5 shows and give us a 5-star review and make sure you leave a comment so we can track you down, and also you get 5 entries in. Simple. NRL, AFL, NBL, BBL. We'll be drawing out a winner every week. So the winner for this week will be drawn tomorrow. So you will be notified tomorrow night before the first bounce. So get in quick. But also, jump in our Discord. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be free, isn't it, Skiddy?
Oh, you know it, mate. Always free. Good bunch of blokes talking absolute mayo, talking some punts, talking about the games. It is the best.
It is the best. But Inside Unlimited is live, and for less than 50 cents a week, which is your zinger box, extra burger on the side, upsize that shit, get yourself a Pepsi Max, get rid of the potato and gravy, and sling yourself a dinner roll. It's like I know what I'm ordering before I get to the line. You'll get access to everything we do, our insights, our trades, Q&A, premium content, every round of Supercoach, and a few other cool perks. Yes, but if you just want to get involved in the Discord, it is free. If you just want to get involved and talk footy. Our Unlimited League, we are going to shut it down in 2 weeks' time. 913351. I repeat, 913351. There is a Supercoach Champions ring on offer for whoever finishes first and will be donated thanks to the guys at Supercoach Rings. Skiddy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
We're going to kick this off, mate, with your squeeze of the week.
Yeah, the squeeze of the week is now open, lads. So get your guesses in. Happy days after last week of Luke Ryan going 197 and no one guessed it. So you know what that means. Weak as piss, be better, boys. We can do this. We can guess it. Come on. Yeah. So as we say, always, all you have to do is tell us the name of the highest scoring player of the round and what they will score. If you get the closest score, you will win a standard squeeze prize pack. If you guess the same score as somebody else that has already said it, you will be asked to guess again because we are not going through the same bullshit that Phil and Kizza did. So good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone. And we hope that you guys get your guesses in there. I'm Horsey. I've got my one. I think mine is... I'm pretty happy with mine this week, actually.
All right, and who are you going? I've actually had a bit of a look beforehand this week, so you're not surprising me with this. You go first.
Okay. Yeah, mine is Marcus Bontempelli, and I'm guessing 168. The Richmond midfield is the worst at containing Supercoach scores, which means they give up the most Supercoach scores to midfielders. I think Bont can get off the chain and have an absolute cracker this week.
Yep. And before I mention mine, I'd like to shout out Kizza. Your new nickname is the Slug now due to that great lip worm that you've got there. And Flag Dons, is also asking, can you wear your red hat and overalls next week?
Red hat.
Referring to Mario.
Oh, yeah. It's me, Mario. Wait until we get on to Massimo D'Ambrosio.
He's already got it. He's been practicing.
I'm a little bit more of Luigi myself, or a bit of Waluigi, because I'm a bit of an asshole, but that's all right. I'll take a Mario.
Clayton Oliver, 155.
Oh, he's going the Clary.
I
like it. I like it.
Yep.
All right.
Going
I've got
some field this week, but
I might have a bit of a pushback on your old Clary hopes and dreams there, Horse, but we'll get into it. We'll see where we go.
Oh, I love a bit of pushback. But chuck your guesses in the chat. We'll put them down. If you don't get them in the chat tonight, please comment on the video. Your entries will close before the first bounce.
Or we do have a subsection in the AFL Discord under Squeeze of the Week. You can throw them in there. That is also open there until the opening bounce of who the hell's our first game? Oh, it's the D's and the Baggers.
It is. So our games this week are brought to you by our long-time sponsors. They were actually our first ever sponsor, and they've been on with us since day one, The Standard Squeeze, helping you drink responsibly and conveniently. You can go to the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code IFS15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store. Our first game, mate. Oh, look at that. That looks delicious.
It is delicious. I'll tell you that much.
Phil got his, and he got a black one, and I think Kizza might have got one as well. If you're watching, Kizza, let us know what color you got, if it has gotten to you yet.
Yep, absolutely. And Suv, I think we can definitely get an IFS merch shirt that says "Weak as piss be better." Yeah, I think we can too.
Yes, sir.
All right, Horse. Do you want to read out the first cup that we got going on this one? Because it's Melbourne versus the Baggers, mate. We got a lot of people that are very excited for what the cup's name's going to be.
Yes, we do. But beforehand, Cal Gray's asking, to my right, is that the Tiger King? And I'm saying yes.
Yeah, there's a reason why I didn't bring up that comment.
Yeah. Thursday night, 7:30, we have the Baggers and the D's in the Jeffy Gartland Cup.
Yes, Jeffy Garland. What a man.
Yes,
you got to love that. Very hot, very, very exciting small forward there for the D's and the Blues. You got to love that one, mate.
Oh, excitement machine. Eddie Betts 2.0. However, which way you want to go. Didn't do much at Melbourne, but
he said it, not me. I did not compare him to Eddie Betts.
No, he played some good small forward at Carlton, but
I'm not comparing him to Eddie Betts though.
Asses 1 for 1. Good work, mate. Maxi Gawn. Are we slapping the VC on him? 84, 103, 129 his last three against the Baggers.
Yeah, doesn't score as nicely against the Baggers as we'd hope, but I feel like it's still Gawny. He's been unbelievable. Second highest average this year. You'd slap the VC on him, wouldn't you, Horse? Or are you going to this man? Are you going to Clayton Oliver?
Yes.
Woohoo! I like it. Bit saucy, Horse.
Clary. 476K. I'm bringing him in this week. Break even at 48. This is the cheapest he'll be all year this year.
Mm-hmm.
He has an average of 122 against the Blues.
Mm-hmm.
I think his hand's good. I think he's finding the ball well. I think Gawn is the best ruckman in the comp.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's back. I'm giving it a crack.
I can say it, Horse. I am also bringing Clary in, and I know there's a lot of people that would say no. Even our expert, our main man Ryan, he said no on Clary because Clary was 76 at 3/4 time last week. Scaling absolutely shot him up massively, and extra 70 points in the last quarter. Now, am I expecting 140 each week from Clary? No. Am I expecting 120 odd? Yeah, the hand seems good. Contested footy's back. The engine back and built. I'm on the Clary train as well, Horse.
Let's go. Petrarca, though.
Down.
551K break even, 127. He needs to step it up. I think we could get him cheaper next week, mate.
Yep, I agree there, mate. This is going to be an absolute banger of a game as well. So we could probably see a bit more scaling as well. Just need track to. He's playing too much time forward, and he's just not. Yeah, he's just not looking like track as we see. Caleb Windsor, he was fantastic last week after being a sell for a long time. 297K break even of 18 or minus 18. Sorry. So if you still have him, definitely holding there. And Blake House, still a bloody hold. I cannot believe it, Horse. He's been a drop for so long, and we're just like, nope. He's just doing enough to stick around. He has a break even of 24 this week.
Yeah, just enough this week. Yeah.
Yep, agreed.
For Windsor though, you're not buying him in, but if you've got him, you're holding him.
Correct.
For Carlton, Walsh, 600k. Doesn't play his best against the Ds, but this will be a big game, and they could get 80k to the game.
Yep. Oh yeah, I reckon they'll get plus 80k. It just depends if the slopes are bustling or not, because the half the D's members, they'll be on the slopes instead of being at the games because they're so fancy.
Yeah. Would you bring him in if you didn't have Walsh this week?
I don't think this is the week for it. I'd be looking at next week or the week after for Sammy Walsh there. But so that's where I lean with that horse. Paddy Cripps, 586k. He's just been great, except for last week. Last week he had an absolute stinker. I wouldn't be bringing him in this week as well. He has a break even of 149. Doesn't play well against the Ds either. Nicky Newman, though, went bang last week. Bang, bang, 146. He has a break even of 68. I did say that he could be a lot better without Sard and Williams, and that's exactly what happened last week. Just remember, he will be on a timer, so I wouldn't be bringing him in as much as the value is there for him. I just can't.
That's right.
And Zach Williams' horse, talk to me about old injury prone. Mister, the wind started blowing, falls over, and does a soft tissue injury.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Yeah.
From a Supercoach perspective, he's the hardest watch Supercoach wise in the AFL. Don't like it, don't rate it, sell him.
Yep, I can say that too. I do like he has upside. Let's not be around the bush. He can definitely get hundreds, but yeah, it's a tough watch with the injuries that he does have. Now let's move on to the first Friday night game. Horse, do you know why we have 2 Friday night games this week?
Because the AFL scheduled it that way.
Yeah, but do you know why they scheduled it that way?
I don't.
It's because Mother's Day on Sunday, and they decided to take one of the games away from Sunday on Mother's Day to put it on Friday night. But yet they decided to put the biggest team in the AFL, Collingwood, playing on Sunday. Makes absolutely no sense to me.
No.
Exactly right.
It doesn't. Way to wreck a Mother's Day by watching Collingwood. You're absolutely right. Right. Our first game on Friday night, mate, we have the Cats and Port.
Yes, sir.
In the...
Oh, mate, I'm going to piss off a lot of people here. But I've gone for the Tom Harley Cup, baby.
Yes, sir.
We know he's been a premiership captain at Geelong. He played one game at Port Adelaide. I don't care. He's in there. It is the Tom Harley Cup. You beauty. Ass is going to love that one as well because I brought up the Geelong flag. So there you go. For Geelong, Maxi Holmes, 505k. He's nearly over 100 average this year, Horse.
Yep.
He looks good, but
he's been really good the last couple of weeks. Yeah, you're right. He's been really good the last couple of weeks.
He's definitely looking better, but it's like, what was it? Geelong haven't a 7-0 when they haven't had a player over 30 disposals. So they're just all doing it. They're such a good team.
Yep. They're a good team, but for Supercoach, they're ordinary to own.
Yep, agreed. Except for this man, but not this week. Tommy Stewart, 523k, break even of 132. I wouldn't bring him in this week, but I think he's also still carrying that injury. So I'm going to be very, very cautious on that. But it's definitely going to be a look at in a couple of other weeks. 100%. Now, when we talk about the Geelong midfield, right? Tanner Bruin, I'm not sure if he's playing, but he might be playing, but I'm not sure about that.
Maybe.
But what do you think about Jack Bowes?
No.
Nah.
No.
Okay. I like that as well.
He's burnt me in the past. Don't like it. Dempsey, if you got him, sell him. He's just getting his break even. He's consistently being all okay. I wouldn't say ordinary, but now is the time to sell. Cam Guthrie, I've been watching for a couple of weeks. But he was shit ass last week, so we might even get him cheaper this week. And here we go again with Clark.
Hey, if you're looking for a downgrade option and you don't have any spots in the forward line, because obviously we're all looking at Darcy Jones, but Jai Clark's got a roll again. This is
You know what? He's got a break even of -1, and the way he's been playing, he might not even get that.
You reckon he's going to do a Charlie Clark and just
there's
neutral?
There's been games where he gets 70s or 60s, and then the next week he gets 9, 11,
Yep.
16
Hey, in
touches
fairness,
for 16
he
super
was-
coach points.
He was good last week. I'll give him that. Also, too, Deadly. I see you, and you know my parameters for the cups. All right, they have to play a game at both teams. They can't be playing for either of those teams anymore. So yes, I'll get away with one game for Port. So cop that.
I love the fact that we're getting some guesses coming in thick and fast, mate. But for Port Adelaide, Butters.
Yes.
Break even is high, but he's been awesome against the Cats in the past. Look for a good game out of him. Houston, last year, 2 games, 61 and 146 against the Cats. He should score well again.
Mhm.
The Hornbag.
Here we go. 485K. The Pickles, as our chat has named him beautifully.
Yep.
He's got a break even of 95, Horse. But he could definitely see some extra midfield time because Rosie is obviously going to miss a week or two, a couple of weeks.
Horn Francis is the type of bloke that would take a girl out for dinner and expect her to pay.
Oh, he bloody would, wouldn't he? He so would. Oh, Bruce, God, I love our chat so much. They are absolutely hilarious. But I, if you have him, I reckon holding him. But also, too, he could definitely be like he's way too expensive. But Horse, would you go early on Jason Horne-Francis if he gets forward DPP and you get Jason Francis as a forward?
Funny you should ask that because Horne-Francis is currently sitting at 29% or 71% mid. If he gets that 30% by round 12, he will get DPP.
Interesting. So we're going to have a look at that one, mate, because that could be interesting having him in the forward. He's currently averaging 100 this year. So, I mean, look, he's obviously a have you got another one to read off? Because I'd love to hear one more. Who was the one that said that he the golf one that was talking between your shots?
Yeah. It might have been Suva.
Yeah, so brilliant.
Yeah,
he loves it.
Joyce and Horne-Francis would be the type of bloke that would talk during your backswing.
Yeah, that's it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan Sweet Horse. What the hell was that?
He's got COVID, from what I'm hearing.
Does he? Oh, so his illness. So it's not just an illness; it's COVID.
No,
right.
It sounds legit. And if you've got him as your
Deadly,
R2, Deadly. Sorry, brother.
No,
he does come out with some quality content too, Deadly.
Yeah. Well, he came out with the backswing one.
Yeah. you need to find an R2 if you've got Sweet there at R2. Are you bringing, or do you swing Jackson in there, move Sweet to your bench or something? I don't know, but there's some good ones getting in. I'm gonna have to screenshot these so I can use them.
Tommy's was great.
It was.
So Jordan Sweet, if he's got the COVID and you have him sitting in R2, you're going to have to make some moves to make that happen. Thank God I have him in R3. We're going to have to sort that out. He does have a break even of -71, and this was looking for a good go for him against Geelong because Geelong do give up points to ruckmen that aren't named Max Gawn. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that one, and hofully he comes back within the next week or two because they have the Hawks and North in the next two after that.
Yeah, that's right.
Bugger. Jace Burgoyne, 353K now. He's got a break-even still of 35. Mate, he's made so much bloody coin. And after coming on here and saying, hey, I think Jace Burgoyne's a pickup, and then not picking him up myself and just continue to watch him make more coin and more coin and more coin, I am filthy now. Because he's still a hold.
Hasn't he? Yeah, he's definitely a hold.
This is like 5 weeks of a hold that I could have had. Absolutely spewing. But, oh well, mate, that's all right. Let's move on to the late game. And that's over in the West. And, Horse, we have the Freo versus the Swans. Whose cup are we giving it to, Horsey? Who are they playing for?
They are playing for the one, the only, Troy Cook.
Yes! Cookie!
Yes, sir.
Mate, I reckon he made dreadlocks cool.
I think he did. He did. He was a ripper when he was playing, wasn't he?
Mate, I'm pretty sure he won the Doig medal.
The Doig medal, yeah, I reckon he did.
I think he won it 1 year, yeah. But also, too, there's like 2 players that have played for Fremantle and Sydney, and then there's a third, and one of them is Joel Hamling, who's currently hasn't played a game for the Swans. And then the other one is, Andrew McGovern, who Deadly is not happy about. But
no,
that's all right. We look at it. Luke Ryan is now the highest averaging player in Supercoach this year, Horse. He is now at 133.8. If you don't have him, is he too expensive to have?
No.
You reckon you're going to pay that top dollar to get Luke Ryan in?
I'm looking at it this week. Yes.
Okay. Against Sydney, though?
Yes, because I don't think they'll tag him.
They won't tag him, but Sydney is Sydney. They have beautiful ball work. It's not like Richmond where they're just bombing it on his head all game.
Yeah, but Luke Ryan, he's not really that damaging with the ball. He takes kickouts. He sits deep in defence. They look to switch the ball through him. If Jordan's going to go to anyone, I feel like he's going to go to Jordan Clark to stop his run.
Yeah, I can see that. But also, too, Horse, 9 intercept marks last week for Luke Ryan. He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm. Can't take that away.
Yeah, no, you can't take it away from him. That's right.
Yep.
I'm just quickly noting down all these pickle jokes in here. I bloody love them.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Caleb Sarong, 639K average of 129. Mate, he's absolutely taking the piss. Looks amazing. Also, I'll be looking at him as well. He's been fantastic. Luke Jackson, though, speaking of someone that has not been fantastic and royally stuffing most of us, 485K now, Horse.
Mm-hmm.
He's pissing money away like me at the casino when I think I'm on a good blackjack hand. Absolutely robbing us at the moment. He hasn't turned up since round 2 this year. We are currently into round 9. So that's 7 weeks, no ton. Darcy obviously hurts him, Horse. What are we doing here?
Holding.
You're holding?
Yep.
I pissed him off last week. So
you happy?
But in saying that, this week we do have to watch for Darcy's calf tightness, which I think is Mayo, but we'll see how that goes.
Hayden Young.
Talk to me about it.
Hayden Young, 535K break even of 81. Looked awesome without 5, but 5's back this week. Not going to worry about that. There was an article in today's paper.
Sorry, Kizza.
I can see it.
You're a bloody legend on that one.
I can see it. I'll bring it up later. So there was an article that was released today that Freo are looking at playing Sonny Walters as the sub a lot more now and trying to integrate him into the team that way. So I reckon we'll get 5 more full time now. So I could still get Young in, but probably if you're lacking cash.
Yeah.
5.
Look,
break even.
Let's say it like this, Horse. Who would you rather in your backline? They're both around the same kind of cash. Would you rather have Hayden Young?
Yep.
Bailey Dale,
100%.
Yep. I agree.
And we'll get into that later.
Yep,
5 has got 102 break even at 418K. If you've got him, you're holding him.
Yep.
Sharp, sell. Chapman, 251K on the bubble, break even, -7. Nah, I can't.
No, I can't either. Sorry.
There is some elite shithousery going on.
Mate, I'm telling you, you guys are hilarious. Absolutely fantastic work on that. Bloody hell, you guys are good. Yeah, I agree with you on Chapman. I know he's someone that we're looking at in the preseason, but that injury, it's just not there at that price anymore. For the Swans, Isaac Heaney. Now, boys, listen up for a second. Let's stop pissing around. Let's listen up for a sec. I know he has an average of 131, Horse. But if you don't have him, Longmire's comments have scared the shit out of me. This is a direct quote, what Horse Longmire said. The reality is we play him where we think we can win games. When we've had Parker and Mills and other guys, his ability to hit the scoreboard is invaluable for us. Horse. That sounds to me like Heaney is going to be played wherever the hell Swans need him to play, and it may not always be best for us in the midfield. Now, in saying that, that's only for someone that does not have Heaney. For the people that have Heaney, we are holding. Even if he just averages 100, that is enough for him to still be top 6 forward.
Yep.
But lower the expectations on these 130s, 140s that he's been hitting all the time.
Yep. I think it's a throwaway comment. I like the comment. The only reason why I think that, mate, is because I don't think you'll see Horst Longmire fuck up his chances at winning a Brownlow. Or I think they'll be...
I think they would rather the premiership and don't really mind about him winning that.
I think so too, but you think about it, mate. Sydney are at their absolute best. Jeez, these guys are funny.
Right.
Sydney are at their absolute best when Heaney's running through the midfield, when he's bursting through. He doesn't need a lot of the ball to be damaging.
No,
so he could potentially rest in the forward line even.
I agree. I think the rotation is going to be like fairly all over the shop. But when the thing that did me is when Longmire said, like, he named Parker and Mills specifically. That's what worried me. That because those guys can't play forward. Heaney can play forward. The other guy, Parker, maybe a little bit.
I think Parker will play a lot more forward. Yeah.
I think he can. But when you're putting apples to oranges, remember Heaney is a all Australian half forward, right? He is that damaging when he goes forward for the Swans. For them, they can have that and allow, Parker and Mills in the midfield because they can cover there. They're capable of doing that. But they're not capable of being the level that Heaney is down forward.
Good point.
Thank you.
Good point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Grundy, 584K.
Mate, I think he's in for a massive week this week. If Darcy plays, Darcy on one leg, Grundy is going to feast.
Yep. I agree.
Thank you.
Errol and...
Scorched Smisso.
Hello.
Shout out to you.
Hello.
Chad Warner, leached arsehole, baby.
Yeah. I'm not looking at either of them this year.
Nah, neither am I. I think there's just so much going on, and the Swans are so bloody good. Phil, I know you're going to get pissy at us for this, but Swans are that good, so they can just chop and change with these guys. And I don't like either of them for Supercoach this year. And even though Errol's been amazing last year, it's just not the same. It's just not the same, unfortunately. And Matty Roberts, horse, break even of 107 now, 416K.
Yeah.
I know he's got job security, but I think it's time for him to go.
Yeah, he's gone. These guys are too funny. Yeah, he's gone for me.
They?
Anyway.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We move on.
That's Jamie's.
Yeah.
I can't wait to reread these all after the show because I got to try and focus, but then I see them.
For those of you that are putting them in the chat, they are very funny. I'm trying to stay on task, but I am screenshotting some and I'm starring some. So I'll read some out today, but we're going to use some in episodes to come. So if I miss yours, I apologize, but I will bring it up at a later date. But
all right,
Skiddy, on Saturday, we go to Tassie, all the way down to Tassie for the Hawthorn and the Sainers game.
Yes, sir.
There was a small man that played for both clubs, wasn't there?
There was a small man that played for both clubs, horse, and I don't think anyone's actually guessed this horse, but it's obviously the Peter Spider Everett.
Oh,
come on, the big Spider, the big Mohawk. You know it. We had to go with the big Spider. Yes, I almost went Zach Dawson because he was horrible and was probably the cone before Rory Lobb was the cone, but I have to pay homage to Peter Spider Everett because he was elite. Elite.
He was elite. Yeah.
Speaking of elite ruckman horse, how about Lloyd Meek?
Oh.
That's not my best segue.
Yeah, he's not in that conversation, no. But he got 106 last week, which sounds nice, but he was on 90 at halftime, which hurts.
Yeah.
Break even to 59, so you're holding him for another week if you got the big fella. James Sicily, I reckon he might miss this week. He had a dislocated shoulder. He got a sprain in his ankle, and then there was another bump somewhere.
Yeah, there was.
So I reckon he might miss this. Dylan Moore, you brought it up a couple of weeks ago, mate, and I came out, not out of the closet, but I came out here on our podcast and said, Skiddy, we have you to thank for doing the research and finding this absolute gem. He went out and went bang, bang, bang last week and got us nearly 140. He's still got a low break even of 21.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, he scored 91 and 139 against the Saints.
Yes, sir.
If people don't have him in, should we look at bringing him in?
I mean, look, I'm going to say it because, when I said Dylan Moore, he's gone 136, 140 in back-to-back weeks. But is he a little bit pricey now? I'm not sure. But I think that he's just going to keep on keeping on this. Like he's fantastic. The roles there, CBAs, everything. He goes in for CBAs and he looks way more damaging than James Warple and Jai Newcomb as soon as he goes in there. Yep. So yeah, I love it. Horse, I'm not legally allowed to say this next bloke's name. Would you do me the honor?
But you've got a good moustache.
I do, but unfortunately I'm still not allowed.
A Massimo D'Ambrosio. Pizza, pasta, wine, Ferrari, spaghetti.
See, a Bessie. Oh, wait, no, I'm not allowed to say that.
Yeah, you can.
What? Bessie Culo.
Okay, 348K, break even to 94. It's time to sell him. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
And Charles' injury could see more time on the ground for Kalshir Deer, but we'll wait a week. The Saints defense will give him a rough day.
Yes.
For St Kilda, Steele, 566K, might be a bit under the injury cloud and was lucky against North last week, I think. Hawks, I think it gets a little bit tougher with the likes of Nash and Newcomb and these sorts of players in there.
More. Yep, absolutely. Could not agree there, mate. More, mate. Jack Hayes, though, 228K.
Yeah, let's wait. Yeah.
The only reason I'm not jumping at this and going a week early is because injury history. What's happened to him. Yep, absolutely. Jack Sinclair, this is one that I am actually very much interested in. 537K, 134 last week. We can definitely pile that down to the North effect. But 23 CBAs, Horse. Looking very much better. Love that.
Had a look at his heat map last week, and it was all through the middle of the ground. It's what we love to see. So
he also, too, let me be honest, like he did get a lot of extra points from the fact that he pushed very hard forward. North left an open hole. He took easy marks, kicked 2 goals, 1. That's just how it is. Yeah.
Marshall could be under 500K this week.
Yes, absolutely. He could be. And going up against Lloyd Meek, if he's still injured, then, yeah, I mean, Horse, I don't know about it, but I'm definitely still watching and monitoring Marshall. If you have him, I'd be very, very, very worried about what I'm saying until he gets the rest. But Nasiah, Wanganeen, Miller, a Horse at 481K. 115 last week, looked fantastic. He had 20 disposals at halftime, was taking the piss. Yeah. I still think he can do well against the Hawks as well. They're a bit more running, a bit more pressure off half forward. But I think Wayne can still get off the chain a little bit as well for another week. What are you doing with the Boner, Horse? Are you holding it?
I am selling him.
Yep, I agree. We said one more week because they were playing North.
They'll play North,
but not this week.
Get your value now. That's right.
Yeah.
Guess what?
It is also better. Sorry, I think it is also better for Wayne Boner as well, with Sinclair getting the more midfield time, because then they are able to just purely focus on each side of their halfbacks.
Yeah, so, I think the flog. What's his name? Webster.
Yeah,
I think that's going to break Bonner down.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah,
he's more defensive.
Wilson, 332K. He's got a break even of -26.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Gun. Yeah, he absolutely tore it up, and I think he can do the same this week as long as he does not line up on Carl Eamon's wing.
Yep.
If he's on the other wing,
Garcia, 191K, break even, -13. Hold him, but you're not buying. Hasty, 112K. He's actually gone down from 117K, mate.
Yep, absolutely. But, we saw the early sub last week. So he's now got a break even of -7. I just don't like his job security enough. If you are looking at bringing him in, I think there's betters.
Yep. Now, we've had a little bit of talk in the chat about this next game. I'm just going to bring up a few names, mate, because no one's got it right so far.
I know.
It's Essendon versus GWS, and we've got the Jacob Townsend Cup, the Kurt Aylett Cup, the Jonathan Giles Cup,
the
Sean Edwards Cup.
Yep.
But no one's nailed it.
Unbelievably, the player that I was tossing up between calling this cup called and the player that I did call it, no one has said it. Oh, deadly, yeah. I was going to call it the Andrew Phillips Cup deadly because of the big ranger, but I didn't because I like to really make it hard for you boys. On Saturday midday, Horse, we have the Devon Smith Cup between Essendon and GWS.
The boys have just knocked out about 10 teams or 10 names and no one's nailed it. That's awesome.
That's how many players Essendon just grab it from GWS. They saw how good the youth was in GWS, and Essendon were just like, give me that, give me that, give me that. No finals wins. Give me that, give me that.
And you know what? We're still no good. Oh, we're better now. But...
you grabbed all the shit ones.
Yeah. Dylan Shield.
Yeah.
Anyway, So Merritt, another ton, 121 last week. He's been awesome this year. He's definitely a top 8 mid this year. Nicky Martin. Yeah. I suppose this podcast may have gone on record in the preseason, said that he was a top 6 defender, but no big deal. He's been awesome, hasn't he, mate?
Yep, absolutely. He's absolutely fantastic off that halfback roll. It took him 2 weeks to get rolling, and then bada bing, bada boom. Nicky Martin is now here to stay as one of those awesome defenders. Darcy Parish, though, Horse, 528k, break even of 28, 148 last week. Horse, are we trusting him moving forward? Who would you rather? Big question right now, laying it down to you. Would you prefer Clayton Oliver or would you prefer Essendon's version of Matt Crouch?
I'd rather Clary.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm not buying into this Parish stuff. Let me just say to everyone, right? Parish, Essendon's midfield looks so much better when it's Zach Merritt at the helm being the main ball winner than with Durham, Caldwell, Hobbs being defensive mids that can sometimes win the ball as well. It looks so much better when they just force feed it to Zach Merritt.
Yep. The good thing is that Jai Caldwell's passed a fitness test and I believe will play this week.
Interesting. Don't know about that, Horse.
But Dersma, he did a quad at training and he's out for 4 weeks.
He did.
So
not good.
It sucks because I wasn't overly big fan at the start of the year, but as the year's gone on, I actually really like his work rate. He's really good. He runs the wing well. He gets back in defense. Nick Martin's break even is 91.
Thank you. I was looking
as
for that.
well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that'll hurt, but I think that'll probably move Nick Cox, I reckon, to a wing. Yep. He's been all right this year, and he's got the ability to work both ways.
If they bring him in as a wing, then who are they going to send down back?
Across half back.
Yeah, because he's been playing that second. Mate, if they have to play more of Laverty, they're going to get absolutely pantsed.
The good thing is Zach Reed's back in the VFL this week, so he's not far away.
That's good.
For those of you that held
talking
him.
About the Giants this week, who are a very, very good team, with a very prolific forward line. And if Laverty has to match up on anyone... Why didn't you just say that?
Nick Hind.
Oh, sorry. You're right. There you go. Yeah. Now we're on the same wavelength.
For GWS, obviously the big watch here will be Tom Green. He's came out today and he's on radio saying that he is more unlikely than likely to play this week, but there is still a chance. There is no structural damage to his ankle and that he will be right regardless of whether it is next week or this week.
Good.
Josh Kelly, 582k. If you bought him in, you'd be looking at moving him soon because it sounds like Cornelio is back this week. Whitfield, he just had a shit week last week. You're holding 119 break even. That's all right. Briggs, 477k, break even at 98. You're still watching, are you, mate?
It's making harder and harder to keep watching him, mate, and I think I'm moving my attention to Rowan Marshall for those of us that are fade Gorn owners. Briggs has let me down enough, so I've had enough of watching him. He plays good against the Bombers, plays shit ass against Goldie, so not looking at him this week either. Finn Callahan has a break even of 429k. I think there was opening for him, but not with Cogs and Green healthy and deadly. Thank you very much. Cogs is available for selection. So not looking at Callahan, which also makes it hard for this bloke. Peatling, 297k, break even of -30. He had 116 last week, and he was getting the CBAs without Tom Green. Now, is Stephen Cornelio enough of an inside bull horse to keep James Peatling out of the middle? I think he is.
Yep.
I think this Peatling idea that we had was nice in theory, but now not again. So, unfortunately, that's just how it goes.
No.
But the man horse also hold your ghost. Fade Gorn owners. No way, never touching Marshall again, mate. Have faith. Marshall's going to come back. He just needs one rest.
You with me, Ghosty? Good boy, mate.
He's back. Talk to me, horse. Darcy Jones. Tell me.
Yeah, grab him. If you want to downgrade, grab him. He looks nice.
He is our number one downgrade option this week.
Absolutely. And then you got the likes of Weir, Cadman, and Thomas. They're all sells.
Yeah.
Now, we got Richmond. Saturday night. The Tigers and the Dogs. Before we say the Cup, actually, we'll say the Cup, and then we'll get into what's probably the biggest topic in the AFL this week.
Yes, sir. And let me just say, there is someone that has got the Cup that I've seen from the chat. So shout out to our main man, Ian Johnson, because this is the Sammy Lloyd Cup. For those of you that didn't guess Sam Lloyd, yes, Deadly, bang on the money. If you didn't guess Sam Lloyd, you know that we love to say Lloyd. It was obvious.
It was. Now, this week, if Richmond beat Western Bulldogs, does Bevo lose his job?
Oh, mate, they've come out and they've said that Bevo, Darcy's going to let him go till the end of the year. They trust Bevo. You know,
think back to the last coaches where clubs have publicly came out and said that sort of stuff. A club will lose, and then they're like, "Oh, it was a mutual decision between parties to leave."
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, look, there's definitely a good chance that I just honestly, mate, there's no way I can see the Bulldogs losing this game. I just can't. Just the midfield is just so much stacked. I know Richmond beat Sydney, right? And I know that they can switch it on at times. Their injury list is so long, though, Horse. They have got so many players out. Bulldogs have to win this one. Bulldogs should win this one. But let's talk Tigers. Nick Velasquez, 529K, 110 last week. Nice to see him bounce back. I think he'll just hover around the 100 mark. But I think this is a game where he can probably play pretty well in fairness. So if you have him, you're holding him. I'm pretty sure he's 7th or 8th defender in Supercoach this year.
Yeah, I'll check it out for you while you're going through it. Mate.
Cool, because we need to give a rocket up someone's ass, and that is Shy Bolton. That was horrible last week. 521K now. He's got a break even of 194 Horse. He needs one of these inside balls back to be able to be relevant because his game works so much on the outside midfield game. He cannot be an inside midfield. He just gets absolutely smacked by it. You'll notice around the pack, he is always the bloke off of it. He needs one of these blokes to win the ball for him to be impactful. I'm waiting for him when Timmy Taranto or Hopper is back.
Gotcha.
Or even Preciar, I guess. Where's Velasquez sitting, Horse?
My computer is just having minor fits. He's setting. He's got a 3-round average of 105, 5-round average of 106.
Yep.
Season 7th overall.
7th defender. Okay, so he's around the mark. That's not too bad.
Yep.
Horse, though, we have to talk about this man because it is someone that our higher up has been telling us that we should probably grab. And as much as we hate to say it, Horse, but is Jaden Short a goddamn pickup?
No. At
384K, you're saying no to a man that has been well past 500K in the past.
Before he had the weeks off with the calf, he went 3 weeks in a row scoring 60. Let me see another 100 first.
Horse, 100% agree with you. Richmond do not, while they have all the injuries, yes, he'll probably score well. When they're all back, they don't need to keep giving the ball to Jaden Short off half-back. They have many capable people off of half-back. Rioli, Velasquez, they're even happy with having Dylan Grimes go with it. They don't need Short to come out and get 30 disposals off half-back.
That's right.
They don't need it. So, I 100% agree with you there, Horse. I do like it for a bit of cash generation for the next couple of weeks. But yes.
Yep. Hey, Shy Bolton.
Yep.
Don't even have to say it.
Yep. You know what, Deadly, you're bang on the money. I don't have to. You tell him. Spot on.
Weakest best, be better.
Good Horse. Good. You really got your balls into that. I like that.
Thank you.
Let's talk about a couple of guys at a low price here for Richmond. Ralph Smith, 242K, break even to -12. If you picked him up the other week when we said, you hold. But if not, don't you dare. Tom Brown, 264K, break even to 23. You can hold, but I don't think he's going to be over the top or anything like that. Sam Naismith, horse. A 90 in round 1, and then shit house.
47, was it? Like it was no good.
No, absolutely horrible. Not as much upside with Nank there, but Campbell, shit house. So 224K, break even to 63. I don't even care. Get rid of him. I don't care about his job security. He's gone. But Lafau, do like Lafau. He's got break even of 38 again, holding still.
I don't care what this bloke scores each week. He's on the hot guys list every week. We love the bloke here in Inside Fantasy Sports.
Absolutely.
Team you have our Ripper bloke.
We have your back, Lafau.
I reckon the two of the best blokes in the AFL for us at the moment would be the W Train and Lafau.
I can definitely get around that. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. And I'll even throw in the Diddley as well.
Yeah, let's give him some love. It's definitely not. Yeah.
I need to tweet him and tell him to grow a mustache. He'd look great with a mustache.
He would look good, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would.
Now, for the doggies, this is a team that we do want to bring up because there's going to be a bit of change now with Libba being out, and we don't know how long Libba's going to be out for. But on behalf of us and everyone that watches, listens in, subscribes to our podcast, we pass on our best to you.
Yep,
great man, and hopefully we see you back playing footy very soon.
Absolutely.
Bontempelli against a shithouse Richmond midfield, though. This is a nice shout for a VC option, mate.
Yes, sir. 153, 122, 136 in his last 3 horse. And Tigers do give up the most Supercoach scores to midfielders. That is right. They are worse than North Melbourne at giving up Supercoach scores to midfielders. So
wow.
I am all on the Bont train this week, horse.
That's a lot.
Yes, sir. How about Timmy English? So, horse, are you riding Timmy Tingles? Or does he need to play in the West?
Yeah, probably needs to go back to the West. But the last couple of weeks, he's been really good. He's got a break-even of 80 this week, which he'll comfortably manage. Last 2 games against Nankervis, 112 and 145. So he's coming.
Yep.
How about Daily Bale?
Oh, good old Daily Bale. You'll love that. If only anyone would have told you about him a couple of weeks before he blew up.
Who would have ever given the advice?
I don't know, but they must be pretty good with a subpar mustache and a severe gambling problem. 532K, 116 last week, and he could have gone way more. He took the foot off the gas pedal late. I don't know what the Dogs do. The Dogs give the ball to Bailey Dale, right? They go up and they hit the scoreboard. Transition looks beautiful. The ball movement's fantastic. Speed into the game. The forwards work well. He hits them up beautifully. Then they stop giving the ball to Bailey Dale and they start losing. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
The inner coach came out of me when I was watching the Western Bulldogs Hawthorn game last week.
Yeah.
And the Western Bulldogs kicked the first 3 goals really quickly. And you know what Bevo did?
What?
He pushed Dale forward.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like,
why? Your first 3 goals have been created through stoppages and with one of your best ball users running out of defense and hitting up targets. Yeah. And then you throw him forward and then you fuck up your ball use and your ball movement.
I couldn't. You know, the other thing that I noticed as well, they were attacking the wing that Massimo D'Ambrosio was playing on, right? So they obviously exploited a weakness in their game and they were able to open up that side of the ground. They got 4 goals from Bailey Dale going on that side of the ground, starting from his ball movement, coming from the center, handball to Dale. Dale would then go along. They then switched Bailey Dale and Jason Johannesson, and they just didn't have any run. And Hawthorn were able to intercept and stop it. And I'm sitting there going, what are you doing? Are you trying to give everyone a fair go instead of win games? Like, yeah, I don't know, Horse.
James Sicily had a dislocated fucking shoulder and he was still out marking the Bulldogs defense. Be better.
Weak as piss. Be better.
That's right.
Horse.
But you know what? You know what I'm not on? I'm not on Jack McRae at all.
No,
one ton this year, 489K. Yes, Libba being out helps, but you know who it does help more?
Adam
Richards. and
I
Adam
was going to say
Treloar.
Adam Treloar. Yep, both of those.
Those
yes,
two.
absolutely.
Ed Richards will move back into the middle, which is going to free Bailey Dale up or Daily Bale.
Yep.
And he's going to, like you said a few weeks ago, really pump out some scores, mate. In regards to
it's really going to hurt Lockie Bramble as well for disposals and Supercoach score, because he will go back into that purely defensive role instead of trying to run as much as he does off halfback.
Yep. Darcy at 314K. It's time to sell. If you want to hold, you can, but I can't see the value in that.
He has a lot. He has 42 break even. Let's just say it like that. There's probably there may be others that you could go with.
Is Lob in the team?
Oh God, I hope not. The Cone.
If Lob's in the team, I'm selling.
Yep. Cone's up.
And Garcia, 189K. His job security looks good now.
Hey, Horse, we all know, yes, Garcia's job security looks very nice without Wayman, but we all know that Rory Lobb is obviously going to be leaving the Doggies this year, right? Correct?
Hey, I heard a little something.
I heard he might be going to Collingwood.
I heard North Melbourne.
Honestly, we could probably need him in fairness, but you know why? You remember why the Cone, like why Rory Lobb was called the Cone, correct?
Yeah.
Because he went from Fremantle and he wanted to move back home to Melbourne, but he chose the team that he suited the least to join, correct?
Correct.
Because he's not as good as Aaron Norton or Jamari Ugle-Hagan.
Correct.
If he goes to Collingwood, he's not better than Brody Myercheck or Dan McStay. What is he doing? Like, what is he doing? Choose a team that you can actually go to and play in. Like, it's got me stuffed, Horse.
That's probably why he's not going to North Melbourne. But anyway.
Yeah, Suv's way better than him.
You know one thing that Suv is not better than? The Inside Supercoach World Cup.
Go on,
if you ever thought you were elite at Supercoach, well, now you can prove it with our year-round Insight Fantasy Sports competition featuring all four sports in NRL, AFL, NBL, and BBL. It's $20 to enter before round 12, so get in quick before we lock out. Your rankings will be calculated together, and the best performer over the four sports will combined will take out the best Supercoach player, not just in Australia, but in the world. Join our Discord. Our link is below in the description.
Hey, Horse. Also, good question there by Armand Frog. He said, did Lobb ever arrive at the Dogs? No. Actually, he played one good game against Fremantle when they brought out those beers for him. That was so good.
Now, Suns and North in Darwin on Saturday night.
Yep.
There's a pretty prominent player that played for both teams.
Yeah, look, I could have gone a lot of ways here. I nearly leaned Daniel Harris because, you know, he was good for us at North and then he was there for the Gold Coast. But no, I'm going the Aaron Hall Cup. Yeah, Mr. 50 disposals doing absolute stuff all with the ball. Got to give it to Aaron Hall. Prestigious cup.
Deadly's 2 from 2 in the last couple,
Ooh, he's firing up. He's firing up.
He says, yes. Sam, the Diddley Flanders, 585K, break even of 100. He's only one of 2 players left in the AFL that have turned up in every game, Skiddy.
Who's that with? Who's the other one, Horse?
Is it Merritt?
It is Zach Merritt. Also, too, Horse, I forgot to bring this up during the Essendon game because I just went over my head. I've got a big call.
They're not going to, are they?
No, they're definitely not going to. They fucking suck. But, I went so good. 53 minutes and I didn't swear and I just did it then. Sorry, Horse. You brought it out of me. But here's my big call for the year. Your 2024 Brownlow medalist will be Zach Merritt of the Essendon Football Club. I am putting it down right now.
Wow, you think he's been that good?
I think he has been that good. And also, too, I think the umpires think he's been that good because, God, they love him from previous Brownlows. I think Heaney will subside. Heaney's obviously the best, like in front right now. Heaney is, without a doubt, leading the Brownlow right now. I think for the rest of the year here on in, I think Zach Merritt will be able to do it.
Wow.
Yep.
That is a huge call.
He is currently $7.50.
Wow. You heard it here first at Insight Fantasy Sports.
I think Zach Merritt will win the Brownlow this year.
Yeah, Heaney definitely in front at the moment, but with Parker and those lads coming back, and if he plays more forward, I can definitely see it happening.
Yep.
Matt Rao.
Matt Rao.
Yeah, that guy. That guy. He's got a break even of 159 this week, but he is a gun. Averages 127 in his last 3 against North Melbourne.
Yep.
Took Miller.
Tuk.
588k, break even of 93. Solid year from Miller so far. He could
Yep.
go real large this week, mate.
Yep.
Noah Anderson again, 565k. Seems to be all the midfielders for Gold Coast, doesn't it? Averages.
Because North give up the second most amount of Supercoach points behind Richmond to midfielders. So, yes.
Yep. He averages just under 100 against North Melbourne, though, in his last 3. So he's probably the pick of the 4 that doesn't play as well. Now, these next 2, we've had a couple of questions about Sam Clossy and Will Graham, especially Clossy. So Clossy's 291k. 3 weeks ago, he was the absolute toast of the Supercoach world, making so much money.
Yep.
His break-even is now 58. So he's cooled off a lot. But he has an outside game. They play against North Melbourne. They're going to have a lot of the ball up there in Darwin.
Yep.
I'd still hold this week because I think he comfortably clears his break-even.
100%. I feel like I feel like that too. I'm pretty happy with holding Closey. And also too, Will Graham, I think he can, I don't think he'll get as many tackles as he normally does.
No.
But we can just have to wait and see on Will Graham. He still has a break even of -12. I just don't think it's going to be his.
Actually, you know what? You're right. Real, Miller, and Anderson will go large this week because they won't only have Wits tapping it to them, they'll have Tristan Xuri tapping it to them as well.
Oh my God, you're not wrong, even in the slightest there, Horse. I am not happy about that. But hey, let's just remind everyone that North Melbourne did beat Gold Coast in the final round last year, costing us holy breed. But we won, and Suv kicked 9, so how good's that? Whatever. All right, let's talk about North. She's got 612k. Yes, the role change has affected him negatively in Supercoach. Clarko will be playing him more up the field, and I don't think that will change because they are trying to get him ready for the next stage of his career, being that Brian Myers, like half forward, kicking into our forward people type of player. I am holding him.
Yep.
Because last week he got a 72 or 75 or something like that.
That'd be his lowest ever, wouldn't it?
That was bloody close to his lowest. But he had 8 turnovers, Horse. And it wasn't like direct turnovers, but it was turnovers where the ball had bounced. St Kilda had then had it because they had lost a one-on-one. So then it counted to a turnover for Shees. So that is going to happen a bit more. I think it's just because St Kilda's defense is that good. So Sheezel's kicks weren't going as efficiently and effectively to North Melbourne players. So I still think he can get 100s. But I don't mind if you want to sell at this massive high price because you are worried about it. So we'll see how that goes. Tristan Xeri, 570k, 133k last week. It's been fantastic for Supercoach. I'm pretty sure he's up, 150k in Supercoach or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Still killing North. And he does not historically play well against Wits and the Suns. So we'll see how that goes. LDU, 522k. I've got no idea, everyone. The value's good at 522k. He's an amazing player, but it's just not. So it's a no. Pow pow, Catalan wine mixer. Pow pow, pow pow. He's now at 395k, Horse. Good to see he got his CBAs back last week, which is good because Will Phillips went down. Hopefully he can retain them. He has made 80k, so I know if you want to move on, you can. But I am currently holding just to wait and see if they can flip it around a little bit for him.
Got you.
The Charlie Comden, the condom, 297k, break even to 56. I'm holding. He can only get better, and there's not many other players that can be a better intercept mark. With those kind of hands, that kind of leap that he does have. They just need a bit of help down there with that. Now, Colby McKercher.
I've got the perfect soundbite for this guy, mate.
Oh, I'm listening.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Well, Horse, that shouldn't be brought in because if you listened to moi, you should never have dropped Colby. The job's there was better players to drop. I'm glad you held him. But what are we going to do here? Are we going to bring him back in? He is currently 309k, a break even of -61. Rewarding those that hold him. Look, mate, if Sheezel's not playing halfback, he's going to keep just getting these 30 disposals, and he's going to get about a ton up. And it's going to be what Sheezy did last year because McKercher is that good with ball in hand.
I hate this. Hate it.
Yep.
But I'm bringing him back in. I should
Well,
never have gotten rid of him.
it's amazing what happens 2 weeks into Supercoach, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The type of player, McKercher, Darcy Wilson, even kind of Caleb Windsor. I'm not as mad about Caleb Windsor, but these type of players, the job security just sometimes gets them in. But, mate, I'm telling you, Colby in defense, I can see him continuously getting these 90 type scores if Sheasel doesn't play halfback, and I don't think Sheasel's going back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep. Fisher, if you have him, I would continue holding, because if Sheasel's not there, he can actually still keep turning up. And then Riley Hardiman, I know how much you hate Fisher, Horse, but if you have him, you're holding him, you're not bringing him in. Hardiman,
Who?
117.
Who?
You know who? Zach Fisher.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Riley Hardiman, 117K on the bubble. Job security is not solid. I would much rather Darcy Jones without a shadow of a doubt. Now, Horse, but there's one man that I would rather. And I saw the comments in the chat thinking that this man's Mo is better than mine. It's
This
pretty
guy?
Yeah, it's
Nah. But our next sponsor is Ryan from Astute Newstead. Are you wanting to
Trees
buy
in
your
chat.
first home? He is in the chat. Trees in the chat.
crazy in the chat.
Or even an investment property and don't know how? Or are you a current owner with an investment rate or interest rate, of over 6.2%? Well, Ryan can guarantee you that there are better options for you. Best part is he will do it for free. Reach out at ryanh@eganwealth.com. His link tree is below in the description. I'm on a roll. I've got about 5 in a row there. And his phone number is 0431 766 784. Have a couple of frothies on the weekend and send him a message and tell him the Insight boys told him that Skiddy has a better moustache.
Mm-hmm. Just
That's
also tell him that Matt Crouch is very good for the Adelaide side, because he loves Matt Crouch.
He does. He really
big,
likes him.
big fan.
Yeah.
All right, Horse.
Oh,
Here we go. Mother's Day.
this guy.
What's up?
This
What's
guy.
up, Horse? Yeah, you.
If I,
mate,
if,
I know
if
that
I'm-
you love this guy.
I do. You're
Yeah.
right. Because if I was playing on Mother's Day, there is no better present, no better gift that I would love to take home to mum
Oh yeah.
than between the Pies and the Eagles. It is the Quinton Leach Cup.
Yes, it is, Horse. The Quinton Lynch Cup.
Yes.
The man with the mo and the glove. God, he was absolute quality. Shout out to our El Presidente Kizza.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailing that on
He
the
did.
nose. You know me, mate. Good mo's get an extra little tick to that. So yes, sir, we go with the old Q stick. For West Coast, I am spewing the W train is not playing in this game.
Sad face.
That is horrible. Our favorite player here on the Inside Fantasy Sports Network.
Yeah, it is.
We love the W train. Spewing. So would have loved to see him continue his quest to get the Coleman medal, but well, Elliot.
Elliot.
He's done for 2 weeks.
He's done. Yep.
Spewing. Well, we always knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you know what? He lasted longer than what he did. And for those of you that are considering holding, I want to put this to you that when there's a groin injury, and West Coast are probably going to try and rush him back, given the influence that he's had on the team throughout the season and his ability to protect Harley Reid.
Yep.
Anyone with a groin injury, it wrecks their ability to be able to burst away from stoppage. So he's going to lose that ability to be able to do those fend-offs and kick long, because the groin is just a big part of your body, that your aerobic ability, your ability to be able to run, your ability to be able to kick. I think that this is as expensive as what he's going to be. So you're trading him now and going sideways into a gun.
Yep, I absolutely agree there, mate. Do you reckon what do you reckon happens here? Do you reckon that no yo hinders Harley or helps Harley?
I think it hurts him.
I'm firmly on the status that it hurts Harley.
Mm.
Tim Kelly is not a defensive mid that can, throw his body weight around and will protect Harley at all costs. Elliot Yo does. And then the person they're going to bring in for him is probably Ruben Jimby. Jimmy is a big body mid, but it's not the same as having Elliot Yeo in there.
Yeah, or Dom Sheed.
Oh, yeah, Dom Sheed. Oh, and he does love playing Collingwood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
What happened during that grand final? What did Dom Sheed do?
I believe Sheed kicked the game-winning goal from the pocket that destroyed every Magpie's heart and won the hearts of every football fan in Australia.
Boom shakalaka!
We love Dom Sheed.
Absolutely.
Kelly, 251K. He'll probably have an absolute
521K.
What did I say?
251. Beautiful
Whatever.
dyslexia out of you.
At least I was close. Expect Kelly to take over without Yo on the inside, but yeah, no, still not a goddamn chance. Harley, though, 435K. He has a break even of 42. He only had a 59 last week.
Yep.
I'm expecting him to play more inside than he normally does without Yo, but I'm not sure he's going to have the same impact that he had, against Fremantle and stuff like that. Still expect him to move forward as well. Mm-hmm. McGovern, 514K, break even of 103. He has an average of 90. I prefer other defenders than having McGovern. And I'm not interested in any of the other Eagles at the prices that they are currently at, even though they've been more competitive in the last month. Elliot Yeo really does hurt them not being there. Horse, talk to me about Collingwood. Talk to me about how good Nick Dacos is.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
He's
626K, 150 last week. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Last time he's played against the Weagles, or the last two times actually, averages 124. He's been getting his contested possessions this year as well. He's bumped his scoring up nicely. So, yeah, you're still going to try and get him in.
What surprised me when I was doing stats research as well the other day is Matt Rao has the most games of 15 or more contested disposals. Nick Dacos is tied second. He's had 5 games with 15 or more contested disposals this year.
Wow.
From being a bloke that had none.
A genuine outside game, yeah.
Genuinely did not want to go near any contest or any physical work whatsoever. He's been surprisingly really bloody good and contested ball-wise this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been really good, hasn't he?
Yeah. How about Sullivan, Horse? Are we going early or are we going to wait the week for this 102K price?
No, we're waiting.
I agree. Job security's not there. This is last year's premiership side. Mm-hmm. We cannot go early on a player from last year's flag favorites, last year's flag winners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got to wait. Harrison, 180K on the bubble, minus 29. He did some good things, but he's too expensive for me. Mm-hmm. And I'd prefer Jones over him. My check's out for 3 weeks now, so it'll be interesting to see who the Pies bring in. Is it going to be McInnes? Is it going to be Ash Johnson? Or does Cox and Cameron play more forward?
God, I hope it's Ash Johnson because that means I have a front runner for Cone of the Week this week.
Lock him in. But Charlie Dean might be a watch this week too, mate. 123K, negative 42 break even, 123K defender. So maybe.
That's one to definitely look at, just depending on how team sheets go out.
Yeah.
Now, Horse, we have the last game of the round.
So this guy.
Yep.
I haven't met this guy personally.
Oh, I just want to quickly say, Ian Johnson, he said it's the Jared Lyons Cup, mate. It's not a player that is still playing. They must have retired by now. So that means no Mitchell Hinge, no Ben Keys, no Jared Lyons. It has to be a player that's not playing for either of these teams still. But go on, Horse.
This guy in the last game, the Crom versus the Lions.
Yep.
So this guy I've actually met in person, and he is a fucking hulk of a man.
Yep.
He plays at the Wodonga Raiders at the moment and absolutely towers up the competition up there.
Not surprising.
His name is Cameron Ellis Yeoman.
Yes. God, he is I'm pretty sure I saw a stat the other
big.
He had I think it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and he had like 35 disposals or something like that. I was like, God damn, I didn't even know he could move like that still.
31, I think, were contested. Like, it was just phenomenal.
Oh, my God. Big Cam Ellis Yeoman. What a man. All right. Well, congratulations to everyone that had the guesses on our cups. No one obviously got 9 of 9. So Deadly, just be better.
Yeah.
Wait.
3 out of 9's not bad, though.
Better.
Uh,
Oh, I mean, it's 33%.
I mean, if you're Jaden Stevenson, you'd take that as your disposal efficiency, wouldn't you?
That's true. I was going to say it's also better than North's winning efficiency this year.
It's also better than Essendon's finals percentage in the last 20 years.
Yep, that's true. You made me feel better. Thank you very much. Carry on.
You're welcome. So Dawson, 590k, break even of 115. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, and those that love the Adelaide Footy Club and love this bloke, but with Matt Crouch in the side, he is a no-no.
Yep, agreed.
Rory Laird, 563k, break even of 73. I can't ever remember him being this cheap, mate.
No, neither can I, mate. And in all honesty, I think it's about where he sits. He has not been the Laird of old this whole year. So I'm not looking at bringing him in either. It's just not how it's going to be for me. But speaking of absolute potatoes, here's Crouch Potato, 522k, break even of 88. I know he's good for Supercoach. I don't care. Not at that price. No, he could be dropped any week if Nix puts his head on right. But
hey, do you want? We'll read out the notes that we have because we've got notes here for every player.
Yeah,
I'll read you the very detailed notes that we have for Matt Crouch. Nope.
I put a little bit of extra mayo on it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Love it.
Isaac Rankin, mate. Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks good.
Yeah.
3-round average of 97, 497k, break even of 77. There's some sneaky value here.
Sorry, I love that.
That's okay. You keep reading. The Slug, the man that shares the same nickname as you, mate. 499k. Saligo, break even of 47. We picked it early in the year that Adelaide should just leave this bloke in the midfield, and he is unbelievable, isn't he?
Yep, absolutely, mate. He's been fantastic. Shout out to Armand Frog quickly, though. He said Deadly got more calls right than Bemo, though. So he's bang on the money there. Yeah,
there it is.
Saligo's been fantastic this season. Mate, as I said, well-deserved for the Billy Frampton Cup medal last week. He's been awesome. Loving him, loving what he's doing, and I think he can just keep on keeping on. Unfortunately, at 499k, that's a bit too much for me to have that gamble on for Supercoach-wise. Worrell, 479k, break even of 72, 300s in a row for Worrell. He's been very good and consistent. I just don't think I can trust him at that price, Horse.
No.
Bit too much. I can't see him as a top 6 defender at that kind of price range.
No.
And how about the Minges Hinge, Horse?
Hinges, Minge, I love it.
You got
501k, break even of 124. He's been a bit down lately, but if you're in a draft league and you can grab him, I like it. For Brisbane, I've started, mate, so I'm going to bring it up later.
I know, it's
Neil,
great.
595k, 168 last week, and he's back to his piggish best. Last year, he averaged 115 against the Crom. Dunkley, 618k, 163 last week. He's got a 69 break even. Went 62 and 146 last year against the Crom. I think with Matt Crouch inside going head-to-head with Dunks, Dunks could go large again this week. Agreed. Zorko, 559k, 160 last week, and tied the record for most kicks in a game. Is that correct?
Yep, absolutely. For most kicks in a game, I'm pretty sure he had 35 and he needed one more to get over it. Oh, mate. I had the, I was all out about it. I was hoping he was going to get it, even though he's a piece of crap. But, yeah, that would have been awesome to see history broken like that. When the hell do you reckon the last time we saw 3 players for the same team in the same game go plus 160?
Don't know.
That's unreal.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Neil Dunkley.
Although there was only one Gold Coast player that went over 100, so you can see why the points are all on that side.
Legitimately. Well, obviously they absolutely pantsed them, so yep, that's good to see. And then McCluggage as well, 550k, and I'm pretty sure he had about 135 as well. So
yeah, he did.
Yep. I just can't. As much as I love Hugh McCluggage, I can't bring him in just because of how good this midfield is.
Yeah, spot on.
If they lost one of them, I'd genuinely have a chat about Hugh McCluggage.
Harry Sharp, 231k midfielder. Watch with all the Brisbane injuries, but it's a no for now. Revel. The toaster. I love it.
The toaster. Yeah, I love that.
102k mid forward. Massive watch, mate.
I love what I saw out of him too.
You do?
I know it was an absolute pantsing and a half. But mid forward, yes. All the Brisbane injuries, yes. Mate. I mean, yeah, we could be on to one here. We could be on to one here. I'm not going early. Job security is obviously at a low, but I'm definitely watching with intent.
But you know what we could do?
What's that?
You could go, if you've already got McKercher, you could go your double upgrade this week if you wanted to, and then potentially go a double downgrade Sullivan and Revel next week.
You definitely could.
Both of them at 204K. You could bank 400K to then do a double upgrade the week after.
That is actually very, very saucy. I do like that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, also too, even if we're looking at even if we can get like Charlie Dean as well, if he goes all right, we can look at that. But yeah, Sullivan and then Revel into the next two if they can keep their job securities. Oh baby! But how about this man, Kai Lohmann? Look, I'll always put my hand up when I'm right, Horse, and I'll always put my hand up when I'm wrong as well, right? People asked me about Kai Lohmann a few weeks ago, and I said, nah, I don't like the job security. I just don't see how he's going to continue to play as well as he had been for the week that he had. He's now 298K. He had 98 last week. He has a break even of 24. Put my hand up and say, I got that wrong with Kai Lohmann. I cannot believe that I can believe he's playing this well, but I can't believe he's still holding his role in this Brisbane team.
He's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks really damaging when he's up forward. I think it was the week that they played North and he had a good week. And I was like, well, it's against North. I'm not counting that into much. But he's been fantastic ever since.
But you know what? With McCarthy being out for the year 2 with the ACL,
he's in. Yeah.
I think he's in and he stays.
Yeah, but also too, now I don't want to have a crack at him at 300K. If you have him, you're
bloody right. If you have him, you're laughing.
Hold him. But I don't see him being this super amazing option for the rest of the year, even though he probably will play every game now with McCarthy out.
Yep. That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our games for this week. We will get to your questions after we finish these next couple of segments. But what we like to do now is bring up who we think you should buy this week, who you should hold, and who you should sell.
Yes,
so to start off with, let's have a look at who we should get.
Target acquired.
And I'm going to start this off, mate, because we said earlier that Petrarca at 550K and potentially with a 121 break even is a bit high, but this is probably about as cheap as you're ever going to see Petrarca, mate, especially if he gets on a run.
I think we could wait one more week as well, and then we could have a genuine crack at Petrarca. I probably wouldn't go this week, but Clayton Oliver, I'm as much as some people want to say no, I'm saying yes.
Yep. Oliver, must have this week.
That's who I just said. Yeah, Clayton.
Yep. Merritt, Caldwell.
Yep. Best.
I love all of them. Nicky Dacos, definitely. You got to get him in. He's going to be a top 6 back along with Luke Ryan. Caleb Sarong.
I think Ryan's a bit expensive at the moment. Well, I'm going to wait.
He could potentially reach 700K with that 197 last week.
That is very true if he has a massive one this week as well. And who are they? Oh, yeah, Sydney. Yeah, but that's why I didn't really like it, because I think Sydney can hold him a bit.
Yep. Sarong, very good player. Top 8 mid for sure. Dan Houston, I like him as well. A little bit down last week, but he'll bounce back. Isaac Rankin. I think it's time to buy stocks in Isaac Rankin.
Mate, I've been saying buy Rankin for the last 2-3 weeks since he played North. I think he can be up there with the top forwards that we've been looking at. I would rank him just behind Dylan Moore.
Yeah,
I prefer Dylan Moore, in fairness. But then we look at Sammy Walsh. I think he's a buy. I'm not 100% on this week, or maybe wait a week. It's a bit iffy. Nick Newman can be a buy, but just remember it's going to be on a timer. Jack Bowes, yes, but also on a timer when rest of Geelong's midfield come back. Bailey Dale is just a big yes for me. I think
Daily Bale, yes.
As long as Bevo just sticks him where he needs to play, he is going to score us well, Supercoach-wise. Stop moving him from the halfback flank. He is your best halfback flanker. He is your man that you need, Bevo. Stop it. Stop it.
He's got to play halfback, doesn't he? He's got to break even at 55 again this week.
Yeah, but he is their best halfbacker. Stop trying to bloody bring Bramble and JJ into it. Bailey Dale is your best halfbacker. He's your most damaging halfbacker.
Yep. Diddley Flanders, you need to have him in. He's going to be a top 6 forward, 100%. Clossy and Graham, they're probably more holds for this week. Sinclair from St Kilda, he's really upped his midfield time and he's been awesome along with Dylan Moore. You identified the role change a couple of weeks ago, mate, and that is awesome. He's averaging 130 in his past 3 weeks. And again, he's going to have a big price rise this week. I think he's only got a break even of 20 odd or something this week again. I think it's time to buy stocks in the Brisbane midfield. Lockie Neal and Dunkley especially, mate.
Dunkley is all on, like all systems go for me. I mean, as I said, I've said it before the start of the year, 120 last year besides the last 2 games. Big yes on Dunks for me. And it looks like he's going all gangbusters right now as well. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know about the price, right? It's a big price for Jake Saligo, the slug. But shit, he's playing some good footy. If Matt Crouch wasn't in the side or had no chance of being in the side, I would have picked up the slug so many weeks ago, Horse. But I just don't know if I can fully trust it with him
can't
in
get
there,
around it. No.
and especially at that price. Darcy Jones, he is our number 1 downgrade option this week. We bring in Darcy Jones as downgrade options. Yes.
Yeah.
Horse, how much does this hurt us? Seeing that right now at this very moment, Jaden Short is a buy option.
Yeah, it hurts. But he's at price for a reason, remember, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he is cheap. Right. Yes, you might get him on the cheap, but it is Richmond. They're riddled with injuries. Yes, they're getting Prestia back, but Prestia may do a Mumford and tear his hamstring running out of the race onto the ground. He doesn't have very good hamstrings, I guess, and his injury history is shit, so you don't know when he's going to get hurt. I think Richmond are just out of form, and Jaden Short may go back to the 80s this week. But he is very cheap. So if you want to take that risk, I would suggest going now. Darcy Jones from GWS is a buy. Darcy Wilson is still a buy. He's still got a negative 23 break even. Okay. And I'm listing Darcy Parish as a buy. 600K for a reason at the start of the season. He averaged over 120 last year. He's been back the last couple of weeks, scoring over 125 2 games in a row. I don't think he'll be this cheap for the rest of the year. I think you got to buy him if you want him.
Okay. Yep, I can definitely say that. I'm also not opposed to waiting 1 more week, but I would still take Clary over Parish. But also there's one player's name here that I don't see on here. That's been one that we should probably bring up. 309K.
I missed it.
Is it Colby McKercher?
Yeah.
I still have him. So I'm wondering from you, as someone that got rid of Colby because you didn't listen to moi, are you bringing Colby back in with his minus 67?
So it depends how I play this week. I've got enough cash to trade out Roberts and Dempsey and bring in Oliver and Parish if I want to. Ooh. Or I can save some cash and bring in McKercher. But I'm of the mindset that I might go 2 primos this week and then do my double downgrade next week with the 2 102K rookies and make bank again. So this week's going to be a tough week because I've got Rosie and I've got Green. So I have to hold them. So I need points. So that's why I'm erring that way. But for someone like you, mate, it's a godsend having McKercher at that price, negative 61. If you don't have him and you want to go that way, I would strongly encourage you to, because we saw what happened with Sheasel last year in his rookie year. He was bloody awesome, wasn't he, mate?
Yeah, 100%. And he is basically playing the Sheasel role while Sheasel's now moved up more forward. So, absolutely love that. Ian, that is hilariously funny, and I love that. And also, that is also very funny. I love that our boys have literally been going this whole episode just doing pickle jokes.
Yeah. I will star him and bring him up in our question section, but we've got to get through this content.
Get to the cells.
We'll go on the cells. All right, do you want to go through the GWS players and tell us?
Harvey Thomas is definitely a sell, mate. He's been a sell for a couple of weeks. I know that, the break even's a little bit low, but I still think he's a sell. Jacob Weir, I just don't think that his ceiling is high enough to be able to be holding, and I don't think he's going to be able to get over. He might be able to just get over the hump of 300K, but I think where he's at's probably about it. Aaron Cadman, probably about the same. He needs a lot of goals or more ruck opportunities to be able to really flourish, and I don't see it. I forgot this bloke's name. What's his name, Horse?
Massimo D'Ambrosio.
Yes, he is a gone.
He is absolutely. How do we say in Italian?
Well, you're going to bless me with some Italian. You just go, nah,
Nah.
get rid of him. Right,
Nah.
yep, he's gone. The Boner, he's gone as well.
Gone.
Boner, yep, see you later. Pow Pow, I mean, the Catalan wine mixer. Pow, pow. He gets his CBAs back, but yeah, if you need to sell, you need to sell. I still think he's got the midfield roll back without Will Phillips there. We can have a look see, but yeah, I see ya. Zach Fisher, because Horse just keeps saying he's always a sell. I think he can, if with Sheasel not there on halfback, I think he can still get to about 90 odd. So if you have him, hold. In my opinion, we'll see how that goes though. It's a bold strategy. Nice, appreciate that. I was going to say bold strategy. What do you reckon about Zach Williams, Horse? You tell me about him.
He's the hardest watch in Supercoach. You know what you should do? You should sell him. You know what? When you sell him, don't even grab the receipt. Just walk away.
Yeah.
And then not worry about him for the year. Because he's the hardest watch in Supercoach. Yep.
I did it last week. Smart.
Yep, we're not going with him. Jack Carroll from Carlton, if you still got him, get rid of him. Dempsey, if you still got him, get rid of him. Elliot Yeo is a sell for me. I don't think he'll have the power back in his legs, and he will hemorrhage cash when he gets back. Libba, you are a sell, but again, like we said earlier in the episode, from Skiddy and I, our viewers, our subscribers, everyone in the Insight world, we wish you all the best, mate, and hopefully you are on the road to recovery and so you're back on the footy field soon. I think Shai Bolton right now is a sell. He has been dog shit.
Yep, and he's got a massive break even of
194 break even. Yep,
absolutely.
And you know who I'm putting down as a sell, and this might sound a bit weird or a bit off to the community, but I think Dawson from Adelaide.
Jordan Dawson.
I think he's a sell.
Horse. But we've been saying this whole time with Matt Crouch in the side, Jordan Dawson cannot get the scores that we want him to be. So
that's right.
It's just going to be how it is. I've been saying it the whole time. The only time that he is this year, the only game that he has had a massive game with Crouch on the side against So he had one good one without Crouch and he had one good one with Crouch, but that was against North.
Yep.
Every other one's been shit.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
So they're our sells. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get into our players that we think you should be holding. And for those of you that have Mr. Green, first name Thomas, from the football club with the best best social media account. Did you see today how they messaged Harry Himmelberg and they're like, hey, Harry, what do you want for your birthday? Or do you want anything for your birthday? He's like, please don't call me Harrison on your socials. Yeah. And then it says, happy birthday, Harrison.
And they posted the photo of the team. They are elite.
They are elite.
And
if you do not follow them on social media, get around them.
Yeah, the Giants' social media team is fantastic. Lockie Whitfield is still a hold for the Horse, so that's fine there. Rosie is a hold, barring on how long the injury is for. If it's a substantial amount of weeks, substantial for me is anything over 3 or 4. I would be holding Rosie, even though he's averaging 90 this year, Horse.
99, I think,
Rowan Marshall is a hold at the moment for those that own Rowan Marshall. He will be better, just needs that week. Jack Steele, also still a hold, even after the injuries. We'll see how that goes. Nasiah Wanganeen Millera, hold, definitely, especially against Hawthorn this week. Charlie Comben, I am putting down as a hold. I still think that his intercept marking is very, very valuable. What he could do for Supercoach just needs a little bit more assistance down back for North. Tommy Stewart, though, Horse. We're holding that?
Yeah, you have to. Yep. 100%.
As a non-owner, I'm watching.
Yep. Hayden Young, he's a hold. Jackson, for me, he's a hold still. Lloyd, he's a hold. And McGovern, he is an absolute. He's a hold. You're not buying him if you don't have him, but if you've got him,
you're definitely banking on him. You're not trying to sell that off yet. If he's still getting your high 90s, you're happy.
Yep. Now, before we get into some questions, mate, we've got 2 things to get into. First of all, our captains for this week.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Who else to kick us off, mate, than your friend, the red-headed ginger ninja that makes anyone else look a lot weaker than him? What's his name?
Mario.
131, 124, 125 in his last three. And I feel like he could go even bigger this year against North.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. There's no one that's going to be able to stop him or tackle him or do anything to him. So he can do what he wants this week, I reckon. There, you guys might notice that there's a few players that we don't have in our captain's choices. Max Gawn historically doesn't play well against Carlton. Luke Ryan doesn't historically play well against Sydney.
No, he doesn't.
Isaac Heaney doesn't play historically well against Fremantle. But I do feel like that he could actually be an okay choice as well, because obviously he never played midfield before that. Sarong doesn't play well against Sydney, and they're the players that we did identify that actually don't play well against their matchups this year. This week.
Good.
Zach Butters though, 139 last time versus the Cats, especially with the Cats depleted midfield as well,
and without Rosé, so it's all going to be Rosé. It's all going to be Butters. Sorry.
Bingo. So I do really like the shout of Butters this week. But my man, Marcus Bontempelli, I feel like this is going to be a large game here, Horse. 153, 122, 136 last three against the Tigers, and the Tigers give up the most Supercoach points to midfielders. So I can see a good game coming for Adam Treloar, Marcus Bontempelli mainly.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Who else do you think?
I mean, look, Nick Dacos against West Coast. Yeah. He could be all right. 123, 125 last two in his only two against the Weagles. Tingles has had an all right last two. Dunkley, 146, 142 last year versus Adelaide. He did have a 62 as well in that time as well. Tuk had 167 against North 2 years ago. He had two stinkers the last year, though. I'm still saying it now, Horse. If Sean Darcy is lining up against the Sydney Swans this week, I think Brodie Grundy can get absolutely off the chain this week, because that is a matchup that would be very favourable for him.
Big call.
And, mate, I think Bailey Dale could have an absolute game this week against the Tigers. We saw what Luke Ryan and Jordan Clark were able to do against Richmond last week. So what Bailey Dale has got this week, I think he can go big. But for me, Horse, my C and VC is firmly put on Zach Butters and Marcus Bontempelli.
Yep. I'm still tossing up between Clayton Oliver and Gawn, but I'm really feeling the Oliver pick this week. I think he's going to explode. Okay. But if that fails, I think it's going to have to be Bont.
I think Bont is the standout this week, captain's choice.
Yep, I think so. Now, we did bring up in our Discord this week that we have a very good punters group. So
yes,
let's have a bit of a chat about that.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Now, we have quite a few intelligent people in our punters server on our Discord. So down below in the description, you'll find the link to our Discord. Go in there, click AFL, and there's a punters link that you can go into. Our punters club president, Kizza, fantastic fella. We love what he does. But he's brought up a very good point this week. No Libba means Richards back into CBAs and went back to 12% against the Hawks with Libba. Dale back to his license to go everywhere, again off halfback, and Richmond give up a lot of disposals to defenders. So, with this in mind, Colby McKerch has been ripping it up across halfback.
Yes.
Daly Bale gets a lot of the pill, and with Ed Richards going into the midfield, we've got a nice little sneaky $4.67 multi with Bailey Dale over 30 touches and Colby McKerch over 25 touches. I really like that, mate.
Oh, I very much like that as well, Horse. I mean, Kizza does some absolute amazing work there. We know that this is early days, so obviously Kizza doesn't have his full talents. That's why you have to join the Discord, go into AFL, go into the Punters Club, and you'll see all these beautiful multis that Kizza bangs out all the time for us, and we make some coin.
Absolutely. And it's not just Kizza in there. I've picked out one from Deadly, who's our Punters Club vice president, our VP. And he's identified that in the last 3 games, Carlton versus Melbourne, the scores have been 73-71, 60-56, 61-44. So they've all gone well unders.
Very, very close, tight games. Love that.
This is the type of intel that you get in our punters club. So then if you want to follow up your own bets, and of course we only ever request that you do 2 things. You bet within your limits and you gamble responsibly. You only gamble what you can afford to lose, because we're all about having a good time in the Discord. But if you can't afford to punt, don't do it. Okay?
Yep, 100%. And it doesn't matter how much you punt. All we like to do is you send your bet slips through. Doesn't matter how much you punt on. We'll write it together. We love writing it together. I know last week my multi died on because someone got subbed off, but I had I was running through Deadly's multi, I was running through Kiz's multi, I was running through Ass's multi, hoping that they got up. It's something for all of us to really enjoy there as well. Horse, you also missed the beautiful piece of intel that I put in for the Suns and Brisbane game. And if Charlie Cameron didn't get injured, I would have hit a $28 odd multi. So, I do some work in there as well for the boys too. Just put a little bit of how you do, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So with all of our great minds in there, we get this cash for the boys. We're out here. We all want to win. It's us. We're not versing each other.
No, we're not.
It's us versus the bookies.
That's right. And Kizza brings up a good point. Tommy's multi with Sicily. He got his 2 kicks with about a second left to win his multi. We were all cheering him home, weren't we?
Yep. That was unreal. The kick off the ground that got touched and went through for a point. And if it was stopped instead of went through for a point, then it wouldn't have counted as a disposal and he wouldn't have won. It was unreal.
Absolutely. Mate, that'll do for our punters club. But what we're going to do now is we're going to get into some question time.
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
Yes, sir.
Now, there's a lot going on in the chat when we're talking about...
well, there always is. We have some funny bastards.
Yeah, when we're talking about our pickles man. Yeah. Jamie Camilleri says, punch the cone of the week, Tone. Weak as piss, be back. Can you throw that out for him, please?
Sorry. Weak as piss, be better.
Yes, we love it.
We will try and get merchandise out for that.
Artist formerly known as Sylv. That is an impressive mo, Skiddy.
Thanking you very much. I can do some things well, boys, and growing up.
Skiddy's how many upside zinger boxes for a mustache ride?
One, you know that.
Skiddy's new nickname is the Slug, so you're sharing a nickname with Saligo now.
You stuffed it up again.
I did. Corey Blackledge. And this guy will forever go down as the one of 4 people, or was it 7 people that captained Houston a couple of weeks ago when he went 144? Elite. Oh, elite out of you, mate. Who is the better in Dale for Hoare and Koeman to Darcy Jones, or Ryan and Jones for Roberts and Koeman? I've lost myself there. I really like Dale. Dale for Hoare and Koeman to Darcy. Message us in the Discord, mate.
No, I got it. Okay, so it's Bailey Dale for Marty Hoare, Charlie Comben for Darcy Jones, or would you rather get Luke Ryan in for Jones for Roberts and Comben as well?
If you can be patient on Luke Ryan, then you can wait 3 weeks when his price will start to drop again, because he's not going to punch out 197s every week. But if you need him urgently, now's the time.
Yeah, I like Bailey Dale's matchup as well against the Tigers. So I think, I honestly, either way, I don't think you can go wrong. I have said that I think Bailey Dale will keep on for the rest of the year. Luke Ryan's obviously averaging the most Supercoach points this season, but obviously at a very inflated price. I'd probably save the 100K for Bailey Dale. Look for our upgrades next week.
And Suv's nailed it.
Yep. We will definitely get onto our NBA man, Matty G Wiz, and try and get something like that sorted for you boys.
And Suva also fading Clary. I went with the crowd on Walsh when I wasn't sure, going with my gut. Yeah, mate, nice. I'd bring Clary in now.
But also you don't have to. He had an inflated score last week because of scaling, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Clark had his best game and his highest score last week against a smaller bodied midfield. Could go well this week. Absolutely spot on, mate.
Who Geelong have? Whose cup did we have? Oh yeah, Port Adelaide. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean Butters, Wines, Horn Francis, Drew. Oh God, if he goes near Willem Drew, he's stuffed. Clark.
Our first Pickles comment.
Oh,
Pickles
God.
is the kind of bloke who gave Jordan Sweet COVID.
I'll tell you what, I love our chat so much. Some of these are an absolute pisser.
Pickles is the type of bloke who uses the same knife for the butter and the Vegemite.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, you're not one of those, are you?
What do you mean? What's wrong with that?
Oh, no.
I'm not washing two knives.
The Pickle is the sort of bloke who'd play for Port and support the Crom.
Oh, bloody brilliant.
The Pickles is the sort of bloke to bring himself in for Supercoach.
Yeah,
he absolutely would.
Love that one.
And put the C on.
Brilliant.
Chris Davis. G'day, Chris. Thanks for joining us, mate. And loves Discord too. Ryan goes up about 70K over the next 2 weeks. If he goes his average, he ends up at about 700K, mate. So that's why we're saying if you want to get him in, now's the time to get him in. Ian Johnson, very funny lad. Love hearing his comments. Yeah. Pickles is the type of bloke that wouldn't get up for a pregnant lady that was standing.
On the train. Yep, absolutely he would. Also, Deadly.
Yeah.
I know you boys are going to be angry at me for saying the butter and the Vegemite same knife. I wash it first. Like, come on. Give it a little bit of a wipe off, and then I go the Vegemite. All right, settle down, boys. It's not that bad. All right, that's fine.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that holds his beers above his head and then walks through the dance floor soaking everyone.
Yep, absolutely. I've done that.
Pickles is the guy who doesn't like ice baths.
Yeah.
Pickles is the kind of guy who only likes baths his mum makes.
Oh, brilliant.
And you know what? We're going to have this. Can we have a Pickles section in the Discord? Yes. Yes.
Nath, Brain, please make it happen.
Pickles is the type of bloke to keep interrupting your conversation with some shit that no one gives a fuck about. Mate,
did you know that? Did you know that Jason Horn-Francis got drafted #1 over? Who gives a shit?
Pickles is the type of bloke who shakes more than 3 times. Yeah, absolutely. Pickles is the type of guy that buys a Toyota run street racing.
Oh, far out. I saw that one before and I was like, God, I'm done.
Actually, we've got to be serious for a sec.
So
Zorko or Dylan Moore for next week? I'm going Dylan Moore.
I'm going Dylan Moore too. But okay, in fairness, let me say this. Zorko off halfback that's elite for him.
Yep.
I don't know why 2 weeks ago Fagan took
him
Zorko
forward.
to half forward. Like, what the hell is he doing there? But I think Dylan Moore, I just love what he does, half forward, center, everything for Hawthorn. I reckon it's fantastic. If we were basing it off of position-wise, who's going to be able to get the most score, it's going to be Zorko, right? But I love Dylan Moore's upside in the fact that he's in the CBAs, so he's able to get a higher score than Zorko could.
Yeah. I'm glad that we got back to Supercoach chat because we're back to Pickles. Pickles is the kind of guy who'd have Bont and Tingles on the bench with 8 minutes to go.
Brilliant from you, Flag Dogs.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Deadly. Pickles is the type of bloke to blow on his own hot soup more than 3 times. And Johnson, Pickles is the type of bloke who will only buy food for himself and not his wife and then eat it in front of her. Yep, I agree.
Yep, absolutely.
Our man was in the chat. Trees in the chat. Yes, sir. Oh, Jesus. So much Pickles chatting. I love it. Pickles is the kind of guy that would say Massimo D'Ambrosio and without giving it the cultural respect. Absolutely right.
So he'd say, he'd say Massimo D'Ambrosio.
Oh,
God. That feels sick. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone that's listening right now. I apologize.
Jason Horn-Francis is the type of guy that will talk underwater and still give everyone a headache. Yes. Soup, Rankin, 497K or more, 521K. I'm paying up for more.
Yeah, I'm also paying up for more just because I feel like there's more opportunities out of the Hawthorn midfield for him to be able to be more dominant than there is for Rankin to be dominant in the Adelaide's one. As we saw last week.
Rankin is goals dependent. Yeah.
No, but he gets CBAs, right? So Rankin can score from CBAs. But last week, he only had 5 CBAs. Prior to that, he was getting like 12. But the reason why he scored that 90 was because he kicked 3 goals against Port. If he didn't do that, then Rankin would have only had probably about a 70 odd, and we would have been like, oh, okay, I don't know about that. Moore's defensive ability in the midfield, his midfield ability, his ability to win the ball, and then his movement around grounds is the thing that I really love the most out of Moore. He kicks goals, but he doesn't need the goals to be able to score a ton.
Mm-hmm. I'm going through his recent stats, Dylan Moore we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's had 25 in his last 3 games.
Yeah, I'm going to his heat map. He had 89% time on ground. The last 3 weeks, he's gone at an average of 1.24 points per minute. CBA's 26%, and his heat map is, predominantly mid.
Yep. Yeah, because he's moving up.
Forward.
They don't care where he goes. He has free reign to play wherever the hell he wants and wherever he sees fit. And that's what I love most about the fact that we can have Dylan Moore. So he had 24 disposals last week against the Bulldogs. And then even against the Swans, when everyone else played shit, he had 25 and a goal against them. So that was in a losing effort, which made me very, very sure about his ability to be able to win the ball even when they lose, because let's be honest here, Hawthorn may lose a few games. And then against North, when he was fully recovered from his injury, he had 20 disposals and 4 goals. Yeah. So that's what I've been waiting for him to be able to get past the glandular fever. Even in losses, he's still producing. Love it.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. Pickles.
Yeah,
Pickles is
Pickles
is the type of bloke to not bring any beers to a barbecue and then take someone else's.
Oh, yeah, you're bang on the money there. Bloody oath he is.
Ian Johnson, Pickles is the type of bloke that wouldn't buy his mum anything for Mother's Day. You're right. He wouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to treat your mums. Also, just a reminder here, that's our reminder. Mother's Day is Sunday. Please treat your mums.
Yeah, absolutely.
They birthed you.
Pickles is the type of bloke to change the cup name after we have reeled him off. I'll tell you what, if he ever did that, then he is getting a left-right good night from Des and Troy.
Hell to pay.
Oh, you wouldn't want to piss Skiddy off either with that moustache. You'd go off like Chopper Reed, wouldn't you, mate?
I'd make him cone of the week. I'll tell you that much. You've seen me. You've seen me. You saw what I did to Alwyn Davey Jr. on Saturday.
He copped it. And also, for those that took an interest in Suva last week, he sent that request. What was it for? Mosh? Not Mosh. It was to Harrison Petty.
Oh, yeah, for the cameo. Thing is,
and it got knocked back. So
Petty said no.
Yeah,
he is obviously seen Cone of the Week. The Rocket was confirmed and appreciated, and that's why he played the better game. So we don't need to worry about that for him.
Yeah. Trading at Roberts, Koeman, and Powell for Oliver, Jones, and Darcy Moore. I would not trade in Darcy Moore, mate.
Oh, goddamn, I hope you mean Dylan Moore.
Yes, if it's Dylan Moore, I could get around that.
But if it's Dylan Moore, then I'm very, very happy with those trades to be able to get that in. And I reckon he means Dylan Moore because, actually, no, 2 of them are defenders, aren't they? I reckon he means Dylan Moore. Surely he means Dylan Moore.
Yeah, because Powell's
forward. And but Combin's a defender. And so's Roberts, actually. But that'd be mid for Roberts, Jones forward for Powell Combin, yeah. I reckon he means Dylan Moore. And if it is for Dylan Moore, Oliver and Jones, then yes, I would be happy with that.
Yep. Not sure if it's been discussed yet because I'm late. Thanks for joining us anyway, Armored Frog. But word is sweet to miss. Yeah, we're here and he's got COVID, mate. So I think, And as Deadly would say, Jordan Sweet, weak as piss, be better.
Weak as piss, be better.
That's right.
Got you, boys.
Armored Frog, would you bring in Bont in with Libby Don't call Libba Libby.
Libby. Libba, come on.
If you don't have him, given the work Libba does to help Bont get free stoppage. Yeah, I'd still have him, mate.
I'd still bring in Bont, 100%. It's still Bont. Yep. Bont's going to Bont because you know what? The beautiful thing about the Dogs is if Libba's out, Treloar is in there and Treloar does that shit as well as, or not to the same degree that Libba does.
Yep. How's our forgotten man? Zinger. He's not coming back yet.
I'd love to have Zinger back in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Suva. Pickles is the one guy who thinks he's better than this Insight Fantasy Sports Supercoach World Cup. Dear.
But he's not.
There is so much good stuff in this chat. I'm trying to
settle Silver. He might cry back to Adelaide, all right? Don't hurt his feelings like that.
Flagdons. Ryan should be enjoying tea and medals after another successful sortie with a mo like that. What, old chap?
I love that. He's appreciating Ryan from Astute Newstead, who everyone should give a call
man.
to if
absolutely. Yep. Dacos went out there on the weekend and put that midfield on his back and kicked the winner off his own boot. Not a pies man, but we're spoilt to watch this kid. I don't know what I was saying. No. But yes, we are spoilt to see a generational talent like Dacos just do what he can.
Couldn't agree more. He's out of this world. Absolutely sensational.
And Kizza, this is something we all want to see. Ash Johnson in defence trying to defend.
It'd be bloody brilliant.
Because the only bloke that can stop Collingwood from kicking a goal when they're on a run is Ash Johnson. And you know what? Yep. Deadly's getting more calls right tonight than Bevo. I've got to highlight that.
3 of 9. He did very nicely tonight. Better than Bevo.
Ian Johnson. Pickles is the type of bloke that would comment his guess after it's already been said and claim he got it right. Yep. 100%.
I saw this one. It made me laugh so much. I love that one.
Thoughts on Laird? Crom got a decent run.
Crom have a decent run, but also too, Laird's been absolute shithouse this week. And I think the inclusion that they are doing with Rochelle into the midfield, Rankin into the midfield, and Saligo into the midfield, it definitely hurts Laird, and it's showing.
Yeah. Most players got over 100, Ian. Yeah.
Yes.
Not everyone, though.
No, but they absolutely pants the Suns.
Kizza, Pickles is the type of bloke to sit at a green light and then go through at the last second so you can't get through. Those guys.
He's bang on the money. He's
Jason Horn-Francis.
Like, you know, when there's like a queue of cars and then he'll just drive up on the left-hand side and then just wait for someone to let him in, but he'll block off the whole rest of the cars in that lane as well, just so he can get into it because he can't be bothered waiting. Like
Jason Horn-Francis is the type to cut someone off and cause them to crash and keep driving. Yeah, absolutely. It probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Pickles is the type of person to walk into a store at 4:59 and say, "Oh, it won't be long." This is elite chat. And Frog, thoughts on Rosie and Libba to bring in Laird or to Bing and Laird? Midfield decimated last week. No boost left. Got Green too. Hopefully he gets up. And I think Sweet misses too. I'm okay with trading Libba, mate, but you've got to hold Rosie.
Yep, I agree with that. And I don't think I'd be looking at Laird. I
think you can go elsewhere. Mate, I'd rather go Parrish or Oliver.
Yeah, Clary. Yeah, Parrish. Even if you have the coin, bloody hell, I'd love to go to Dunkley. Like, I think Dunks has got an absolute run and a half coming in.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Asa. Pickles is the kind of bloke that is a regular guest on Dashcam Australia. Kev, thanks for joining us, mate. Powell and Roberts to Ryan and McKercher. Pay extra $30,000 for Oliver next week. What do you think? Love it.
Love that. Yep, absolutely.
Pickles is the kind of bloke to leave his phone off silent in the cinema. Yeah.
Oh, my
Hate those guys.
God.
Hate those guys.
Yeah.
Probably going to lock in Sharp and Roberts for Clary and McKercher. Yeah, it's a good move, Deadly.
Yep, I like that. I mean, look, there's other ways you can go if you don't want to go back to McKercher because it is $309. Like, it is a pretty high price. I mean, because let's be honest here, like, what do we reckon he can get to, Horse? Do you reckon McKercher can get to $400K?
Easy. He could probably get to 500.
You reckon he can get to 500? That's a massive ask, Horse.
He's at $309K and he's got a negative 61 break even this week.
I agree there, but that would have to mean he'd have to have 3 good games in a row. He's got Gold Coast, Port, and someone after that. Port's the tricky one that I see.
Yep.
But I mean, look, I love the role there. It's just as long as Sheasel doesn't move back. So if Sheasel moves back, it really does hurt him, unless Fisher then gets pissed off. So, but yeah, I do love bringing in McKercher like that. There is just those things to be plausible of when you bring in a guy for 309K. You better be hoping that he can get to at least 450.
Yeah,
if you don't already have.
Pickles is the type of bloke to put petrol in his car and say
that's
for
what
his wallet. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Pickles is the kind of bloke who still puts pamphlets in the no junk mail letterboxes. Hate those guys. Hate those guys.
Pain. There's a sign there for a reason.
Yeah, that's right. Jamie Camilleri. Should you upgrade Matt Roberts in the back line to a premium? Yes. Which premium? Luke Bryan, Nick Martin, Nick Dacos. There's your 3.
Daily Bale.
Daily Bale's another one.
Yep.
Pickles is the kind of bloke who asks Kizza for a safe multi and then doesn't listen and blows all his money on a shit multi. Yep. Pickles is the type of bloke to not move left in an emergency vehicle. Yep.
He puts in that one extra legs that fucks him.
He gets,
and then
he gets
Bad
greedy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate these guys too. Pickles is the type of bloke that doesn't throw the next door neighbour's kid's football back after it goes over the fence.
Oh, facts. Okay, so I just got to say really quickly, right? I live beside a school. My side fence is a school, and a lovely lady came up on my cameras that kicked a footy into the back fence. So if that lovely lady sees this and your son is named Max, your football is in my front driveway, sitting there. It's there for you. If you want to come get it, it's there for you, love.
There's no better way than giving a footy back than through a podcast, mate. That's absolute gold.
I was at work. I felt so bad because I couldn't give a footy back and you can't get it into my backyard. So I just left it in my driveway. So if you see this, please come get it.
Pickles is the bloke who pops the ball in the crowd at the cricket.
That would make me so mad.
Oh, I hate those guys.
And if he'd be the type of bloke that would sit down during the Mexican wave as well.
You nailed it.
There you go. On your flag, dogs. We're on the money, baby.
Pickles is the type of bloke that steals a baseball off a kid in the crowd after it and goes for a home run. Yeah. Suva. Pickles is the kind of bloke who shits in his hand and throws it at you. I should have read that first. But Flagdons, he's nailed this one. Pickles has a scoop on the bonnet of his Mazda 3. Pickles is the kind of guy who puts mags on his Holden Brew. Oh, this is too good.
Fuck off. Jesus.
Pickles is the kind of bloke to have a racing stripe on his Suzuki.
Yep. Bingo.
Oh.
And he's got a couple of spoilers on the back as well, with the little fins up as well. Oh.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that calls Skiddy's most shit.
No.
I'll tell you what, he wouldn't want to.
Nope.
Not having that.
No.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that shows the misso the boys group chat. Hate those guys. We've lost him. Oh.
There it is. There it is. Bang on the money.
Yeah. Pickles is the kind of bloke who blasts his twin subbies out his Mitsubishi Magna until 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
He shows the misso, the group chat. Oh, I am done.
Pickles is the type of bloke to be power forward, but you think you're set and set screens in the wreck. Oh, fucking hate those guys, deadly. Oh. Armoured Frog, hold Rosie, you reckon, even though he's walking into another big loss off the back. Oh, mate, if you've got big issues, mate, you probably do. But feel free to send us through your team in the Discord, mate, and we'll have a look for you. Or I'm not sure whether I should show this one, but I'm going to. Pickles is the kind of bloke that cracks onto his sister-in-law and blames it on the alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that followed Trump's instructions and drank hand sanitizer to protect himself from COVID. Pickles is the kind of bloke that won't give his missus his jacket when she's freezing her tits. What a shit bloke.
Yeah, that's horrible. You can't be doing that.
Pickles is the type of bloke that bowls bodyline bounces at none. That
During the
bowls bodyline
backyard
bounces at none. Xmas lunch backyard game of cricket.
Oh, fuck.
You better pad up, Nan. She's coming hard.
Here comes the horny one.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that puts the C on himself in Supercoach, no doubt.
Yep, 100%.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Pickles is the type of bloke to tell you your multi-story got no chance when it gets up, hit with you. See, told you you're a shoe-in, then nominate you for the next round.
I got lost on that one.
Yeah, so did I.
I think it's good.
Oh, I'm in tears. And remember, our punters club, always Lockie Bramble responsibly.
Always Lockie Bramble. Yep, always Lockie Bramble.
We are getting through the comments. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There is
my goodness,
so much funny stuff in here.
We've got too many. We've got so many now that
Pickles is the type of bloke that steals weak as piss be better and claims it to be him who started it. Oh,
he better not. That's mine. Because if he does, that's weak as piss, and he needs to be better.
Yeah. Looking at Clary and Jones as 1 up, 1 down. Which two are we trading out of Roberts, Mass, Williams, Tit, and Berry? I'm trading out Williams and Roberts.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Berry out because he plays North Melbourne this week.
Mm-hmm.
Between it's Roberts and Mass, I think I'd go Mass and Williams because Tit doesn't have enough money already generated. Roberts, even if he does go down a little bit this week, he still has made a lot more money than I think Mass can this year. So I'd go Mass Williams if you can still get to Jones Clary from that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm just going through the comments and starring them, mate, because there is some elite stuff in here.
I mean, we've only been going for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Let's keep it going.
But this is genuine by everyone. Got genuine tears in my eyes of laughter. It hurts my sides. Asa. Yeah, deadly. My stomach hurts.
I'm going straight to my North Melbourne group chat and just sending this part of the pod into them so they can all laugh about it.
Pickles is the kind of bloke who will borrow your car, crash it, do a runner, and then act like you never borrowed it. And then he's the type of bloke that will borrow your mate's car and leave it with no fuel. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Jackson Curtis, thanks for joining us, mate.
Okay, Jackson.
Haven't seen you before. Thanks for joining us, mate. Do I need to get Ryan in or do I need to prioritise value and upgrade cadence and focus on other areas like my forward line? I've got Flanders at F1. Mate, if you want to get Ryan, you need to do it this week because he will increase significantly over the next couple of weeks. Or if you're patient, you can wait 5-6 weeks till after the buys.
Yep.
But I think there's better value elsewhere, mate. Let's look at if he needs to upgrade his forwards, would you go Dylan Moore?
I'd go Dylan Moore, absolutely. Yeah, I think Dylan Moore's good at the price that he is. I think we can also look at Isaac Rankin if we needed to be doing that as well. Obviously, it's better to get your mids and backline sorted because they can be a better source of points. But at the price that Ryan's at, it's huge. So we can look to be upgrading elsewhere first. But yeah, if you're going to get Ryan in, I'll be doing it this week and just ride the wave.
Oh, this chat, is very funny. As you talk, mate, I'm going through star in the comments.
Yep, please do.
Munda Difflin. Love having you back, mate. Mundo!
He always comes in late, and I love it.
Yep,
he always has something good in to put in right.
Fashionably late, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Time for my last boost of the year, boys. Trading out Libba, and Roberts for Oliver, Bonds, and Dale. Worth it, fellas.
Yep.
I'm gonna look you dead in the eye. I'm gonna give you my sexy eyes.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say
they
yes.
are sexy.
Do it.
Yep. I'm 2 thumbs up for that one, mate.
Yep. New fella, Discob one's kit.
Oh, God, that's
shit.
Yeah, lucky you pronounced that right.
Yeah. Sounded like I was having a fit while I was trying to pronounce it. Do I bring in Ryan this week or do I no, sorry, we've already gone through that one.
Yep. Oh, so he was
he was the other guy.
He was the bloke from Twitter. Beautiful. All right, cool. Yep. Well, we're glad that we were able to help. So hopefully that helps you shake bags.
Yep. Pickles is the type of bloke to come to Skiddy's and steal Max's football from the front yard.
I've got the cameras out. Don't you dare steal Max's footy. That's dare. Max's footy.
Deadly's just saying he's gone back through the chat in the Pickles chat and he's crying again. Yeah.
From last week in the general chat. Yeah, that was
this is elite.
last week. Yeah.
Pickles is the type of guy that gets hard talking about Kelly Underwood.
I've never hated a sentence more in my life, Jonas. That is elite, but I hate that so much.
That's so good.
Oh,
Jonas, Pickles is the type of guy that plays with himself wearing his Supercoach gloves. Oh, Jesus. Oh, deadly. Pickles is the type of bloke to lick his fingers before turning over a page in a book.
Yep.
Pickles is the type of bloke that will lend you money but charge you interest. Oh, all right. Pickles is the type of bloke to walk in your house with muddy shoes on. Oh, my goodness. 100%. Pickles is the type of bloke that will leave right before it's his time to buy next. I hate those guys.
Yeah, 100%. God damn it, you stole my one that I was going to end the show on.
We're getting there. Pickles is the type of guy that thinks Tookie the squirrel gripper was underscored for grabbing a handful of nuts. Pickles is the type of bloke to ask you how much on a marketplace item you have the price clearly listed in front of you. Yep. The last one, thanks, legends. I'm probably go young Martin or Dale to save cash for a Ford in the upcoming weeks. Any pointers as to who's the best from the bunch there? Mate, Nick Martin, Bailey Dale, they're your two.
Yep. And then if he's talking about from the best of the bunch for forwards wise, we're obviously looking at the Diddley, Sam Flanders. But then if you don't have him, then we can be looking at players. Isaac Rankin and Dylan Moore are our main two at that kind of $500K price that I'm liking at the moment. So other than that, I'm still waiting for the
that's right.
DPPs.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's almost going to be us for tonight. Please, if you haven't yet, this has been one of the funniest episodes I've ever been a part of. This is what the Discord is like pretty much all the time. Yep. We love our chat. We love to take the piss. But more importantly, we've got a really good Supercoach community in there that love to talk stats, figures. We've got our punters club. We've got a heap. It's not just Skiddy and I. There's a heap of people in there that know their craft. They know their footy and help each other out. Do you just want to say a little bit before we finish, mate? I'm just going to check our Unlimited League.
Yeah, mate, absolutely, mate. We, as we said, our Discord just keeps going off. We watch all of the games with you guys. If it's not me and Horse, try to get at least one of us into every game. If we have prior commitments, then obviously we'll let you guys know. We'll have someone in there to be able to watch the games with anyone. If it's a team that you go for, if it's someone that you just have for Supercoach wise that you want to follow with it, we've got boys in there just talking shit, just having a good yarn. We have a great bunch of blokes. Our Discord's amazing. So if you want to be part of that, download the Discord group, join the link in the description and come on in. We're all a bunch of good mates and we just love talking about footy and talking about crap.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 in our Inside Unlimited group who are top 100. Our man Skitsfits is back to 97th overall.
Good boy.
We have Alex's Angels.
Oh, nice.
Alexandra, who's jumped in our league, and she's currently sitting 95th overall. We have Zorro Chilla for first name Ryan. He's sitting 58th overall. But our man, Mick's mates, he's my mate, Michael, who is currently sitting 16th overall.
Damn.
He is on track to take home the prize. So, ladies and gentlemen, jump in our Unlimited League and have a look at his team. See how you can improve your team. And
does it make you angry in any way, shape, or form? I know that me and you had a couple of little cheeky gags to start the year where, one of us would have gone, the other one didn't. We had to try and make it go with it. But does it piss you off in the fact that the players that we have all said that we've highlighted and everything like that, we had the right players there. We just stuffed up the combination. Does that piss you off at all?
Yes and no. I'll say yes because I'm a competitive person and I like to do well. But if anyone's going to do well, I would love to see it as someone that's a part of our community and someone that we can help win the prize. $50,000 could change someone's life.
100%.
And and not just us, But if our community, who are in the Discord as well, can impart some knowledge on someone that could potentially help them win money, then I'm all for it. So
yeah,
we'll get in there.
For me, I couldn't give a stuff because I'm the one that didn't have Gorn, and I'm just the funny bastard, so he gives a shit. Also, too, very special shout out, yes, to our man Ahmed Frog, who has just joined the Discord.
He's just joined the Discord. See you in there. Spelling was weak as piss tonight, but what's he going to do, Skiddy?
Be weak as piss, be better.
Absolutely. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, you will catch Skiddy and I over the weekend, but this is going to be Skiddy's debut. We've actually been requested by NBL TV to commentate the Bendigo Braves versus Frankston NBL 1 game this weekend, which will be live on the NBL app Saturday night. So if you want to hear Skiddy and I be semi-serious and talk basketball, you'll hear us there. But moving forward, hopefully we get a few more gigs. But it's thanks to you guys and giving 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts and joining us on Discord and jumping in these lives that help us or promote us in order to be able to do other work in other areas. So on behalf of Skiddy and I, thank you. And it's pretty cool to get some recognition and, get a gig doing this sort of stuff. So we appreciate it. And because we are busy on Saturday night, there will be other boys in the chat that will get around you and be able to help you out. Kizza, you're absolutely right. Pickles is the type of bloke to not do a Pickles joke on live TV. Yeah. So it sounds like we better do a Pickles joke.
Yeah, do Jonas's. I love that one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Pickles is the type of guy who couldn't keep his feet shagging his lady on the washing machine. Oh, jeez. And yes, we want to thank Silva for picking up the Pickles chat. Good on you. I love
that.
But
thank you.
For tonight, it has been 2.5 hours 2 hours, 10 minutes of the best content. We gave you some Supercoach stuff. We gave you some gags. It's been an absolute pisser of a time. This is Skiddy. I'm the horse. Join us Sunday night for our live where we go through who went well, who shut the bed, injuries, and squeeze of the week, but also our world famous now cone of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Inside AFL podcast. We'll see you then.